time for Lumberjack football on 1240 KOFE AM St. Mary's, your home for Lumberjack sports all year long. Join Tim Parrish as he brings you the action live from the field. Gonna have a throw by Barda. Oh, it's a beautiful throw and catch to Julian Grimaldo. He's gone down the far sideline. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Barda pitches it to Gibson. Gibson, he's still on his feet. Bounces off a couple of guys, gets the catch, and he's going to take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsors and hope that you'll do the same. Without them, these game broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now let's take you to the field where Tim Parrish will bring you the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. And go Lumberjacks! And welcome Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Field. It is senior night. It is also Grangeville night as the Grangeville Bulldogs here in town to take on the Lumberjacks in an all-important 2A Central Idaho League matchup. None gets bigger than this one. This could very easily be for the league championship and a trip into the postseason. It is about 66 degrees. The sun was shining. It is clear skies as the sun sets down behind the mountains. JV game just wrapping up. Tough night for the Lumberjack JV squad as they fell 36-0 to the visiting JV Bulldogs. So let's see if the Lumberjack varsity can switch things around here and get a win tonight against the Bulldogs. It would also be one of the first back-to-back seasons that the Lumberjacks would have ever beat Grangeville if they can do that. But we'll talk about that more later on in the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. It is also senior night, and this week was also volleyball senior night. So we will be recognizing the senior girls from the volleyball team and the football players throughout the game broadcast tonight. And we'll start that right now before we take our first break. So we'll start with the volleyball players. The first senior on their program is Lily Daniel. Her guardians are Chelsea and Corey Asbury and Adam and Jen Daniel. She has 10 years of playing volleyball. After high school, Lily plans on attending college to get her degree in diagnostic medical sonography to become an ultrasound tech. Her activities in school include volleyball, BPA, National Honor Society, leadership, HOSA, and the Hot Cocoa Club. Her most memorable moment is coming into practice one day and having a scavenger hunt with all of the stuff she left at the game the night before. She'd like to thank her mom, her dad, Jen, Corey, Gma, Papa, Grandma Patty, Grandma Mag, Papa John, Cooper, Alyssa, Bub, Tia, Carly, Kylie, Laney, the Stansels, the Jansens, the Sands, Becky, Berkeley, Tristan, the Gentrys, Sammy, Christy, Brennan, all of the team moms, each and every one of her teammates she has had over the past 4 years, her coaches, Fisher, Mallet, Aubrey, Sierra, and Chase, her whole family for their endless support, and last but definitely not least, her fellow seniors and best friends, Ava, Abby, and Kayla, as well as anyone that she might have forgotten. That is Lumberjack volleyball senior Lily Daniels. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with our interview with head coach Greg Rouse.
You show your Vandal pride? Dave sure does. He proudly dons the silver and gold everywhere he goes. Dave thought he was the ultimate fan until he found out there was a Vandal debit card.
Where did you get that?
Well, Dave, there's only one place to get your Vandal debit card. At P1FDU. Visit P1FDU.org/GoVandals to get your Vandal card today. Debit cards are only available to P1FDU members with an active checking account. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Cycler. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Cycler.
The St. Maries Lumberjack Booster Club is looking for volunteers and active members to participate in the many activities the Booster Club does in support of our Lumberjacks. Lumberjack Booster Club provides much appreciated support to Lumberjack sports programs and is always looking for new active members and new ideas. The Booster Club is currently in need of new officers as well as volunteers to help with the Hall of Fame banquet and auction, spirit building, senior night, and more. Anyone interested can contact Lynn Masterson at 208-568-1802 or just come to a meeting at the fire station. And we have head coach Greg Rouse for our pregame interview today before the Lumberjacks take on league opponents, the Grangeville Bulldogs, tonight. It is also senior night. Had a good bounce-back win against Bonners Ferry last week after a tough week prior to that. What are your thoughts on the game against Bonners?
I thought it went really well. We were looking to get back in track, like I talked about last week. Our goal was to, get us back to where we were kind of as we were coming off of Kellogg. We just had that kind of setback mulligan kind of week because it was, everything that had gone down. We needed the kids back in, and so I think we got them back dialed in, which is what we really wanted to see.
It was kind of a tale of two halves last week, offensively, and defense played pretty much solid all the way through, but you did have, I think, 3 turnovers, 3 fumbles in that second half. But how important is it to play these last 2 regular season games relatively clean and try to avoid those turnovers?
Well, I think like anything, you got to get better every week, right? And so as we head towards the end of the season, we definitely want to clean up some stuff. Some of that second half was because we were trying some new stuff and we rotated some people in different positions, such as center, stuff like that. And so part of that was us testing and doing stuff. I told the coaches we had the lead, and so I really wanted them to work on some of the things we've been struggling on. And so that's part of the reason that, we saw that. But otherwise, yeah, we want a clean game,
And penalties, again, they've been kind of the biggest thing all year as far as you've probably averaged close to 9 or 10 penalties a game. And like we've talked about before, some penalties you don't worry about if it's a hustle penalty, a touchdown saving penalty. But there's also always ones you want cleaned up, and how important is it to get those out of the way before the rest of our league schedule and playoffs?
Yeah, we went, like every week, you kind of want it in that 5 range, if you can get it a little more or a little less, but we gotta cut those offsides, those different ones like that. We gotta cut those kind of things out. The mental error penalties is what we want, but otherwise the aggressive ones, that's just part of play.
We're talking with head coach Greg Rouse. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Maries community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Maries choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Maries. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries at 105 North 8th Street, St. Maries.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
And we're talking with Greg Rouse, head coach for St Maries Lumberjack football. You got the Bulldogs of Grangeville coming in, coach. They're always a thorn in the Lumberjack side, it seems like, when it comes to football. It's kind of funny because in basketball we kind of dominate them, and then in football it flips. But St Maries is 2-11 versus the Bulldogs. What do you know about Grangeville?
They're always tough. I mean, they're a well-coached team. They always play tough. Like you said, we kind of handle them in basketball and wrestling. But the reality is they've got a great football team, always have, good football tradition. But we still well against them. It's always a close game. It's a battle, to the end. I don't expect anything different. They're going to come to play. And because of the, what's on the line right now, I think it's really for the league title. So it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a big challenge. And it's really what I want to see is that our guys rise up to that challenge.
And they appear to be a balanced offensive team, run and pass. Which one of those aspects of their offense is the most challenging?
I think they've got a balanced look. We're always solid against the run, so it's going to come down to how well we play the pass. If we can get pressure on the quarterback and we can be able to, shut down some of the, it seems like it's more of a quick pass game. They do have some long balls, but if we can, dial that in, and we've been getting better every week at it, and we've really been working on it. So I'm excited to see how our guys do this week as we, continue towards the end of the season, improve every week, right?
All right, Dan, what do you want to see out of the Lumberjacks tonight?
I just want to see execution, focus, and intensity. Those are kind of things we've been talking about this week. Is we want to play with intensity, we want to play with focus, so that we cut out some of those mental errors, and we want to execute. If we execute, I don't know that anybody can stop us.
All right, we've been talking with head coach Greg Rouse. Good luck tonight, coach, and thank you for your time.
Go Jacks!
We'll take another break, and we'll come back with more of our pregame.
Tired of wasting your money on credit card processing fees? Call Flat Creek Payments. We will help you reduce or eliminate your credit card processing fees. Take a moment to review those fees you paid last month. The ones that slipped through the cracks. Now imagine having all that money back in your pocket. Sounds awesome, right? Let Flat Creek Payments make that dream a reality. Call Flat Creek Payments today, 208-695-1056. That's 208-695-1056. Flat Creek Payments. Any adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St Maries Sun Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Sun Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. For safety and training information, see your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Field, the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff as your Lumberjacks hosting the Grangeville Bulldogs in a big 2A Central Idaho League matchup. It is also senior night, and probably when we come back from a break and we get ready to go to a break, we will be giving you seniors from both volleyball and football throughout the game during pregame and stuff, just because there's probably about 17 or 18 seniors we got to try to get through tonight, so we will be giving those throughout the evening. Don't forget, you can catch this broadcast on KOFE 1240 AM on your radio dial, also on our YouTube stream. Go down, look for our Coffee Radio Facebook page. You can find the link is shared there. And then if you subscribe to us, you will get updates and notifications when we go live with Lumberjack Sports. We are also supplying our audio and the play-by-play into the NFHS cameras here at the high school. So multiple ways to catch the play-by-play action with us and the Lumberjacks. Real quick before we get into our thing, I want to give a shout out and to the everybody that came out to Coach Teff's memorial last Saturday. It was a beautiful service, and whoever put that together, the family that put that together, did a tremendous job. It was a great service, and it just really capitalized how much Coach Teff will be missed in this community and stuff. So I want to say how much of a great service that was, an honor it was to get to know Coach Craig Teff. Let's see here. Where are we at? We've got a senior first, real quick, to let you know about. The volleyball senior, Kayla Jansen. Her guardians are Bobby and Amy Jansen. She has 10 years of playing volleyball. After high school, she plans to attend Lewis Clark State College to acquire her bachelor's degree in radiographic science and pursue her dream of becoming a radiology technologist. Her activities in school include volleyball, basketball, hosts a National Honor Society, leadership, DPA, and Hot Cocoa Club. Her most memorable moment will always be the pregame Lucky Lotus and the post-practice Dr. Pepper runs. She would like to thank her parents for supporting her in everything she does. Trista and Ethan, grandparents, Rick and Judy Turner, and Doug and Sherry Barden. Coaches Fisher, Mallett, Brandt, Gibson, and of course her favorite middle school coach, Brian Chase. Gecky Holder, yes, it says Gecky. Isaiah, the Stansel family, Asbury family, Miss Teft for all the love ever since 6th grade. The team moms for everything they do. Her favorite girlies, Ava, Lily, and Abby, and all of her teammates, and anyone else that she may have missed. That is St. Maries Lumberjack volleyball senior, Miss Kayla Jansen. Now back to our countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Potlatch No. 1 Federal Credit Union. Taking a look at the 2A Central Idaho League standings. Your Lumberjacks come into tonight's game with a 2-4 overall record. They are 1-0. They are 1-0 in league play. They beat Bonners Ferry 28-0 last week. Lumberjacks are 12th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings, and they are 14th in the Max Preps Power Rankings. They are hosting the Bulldogs tonight, and they have a bye week next week before finishing off on the road against Orofino. The Grangeville Bulldogs come into tonight's game with a 2-3 record. They are 1-0 in league play. They beat Orofino 58-6 last week. They will be hosting Kellogg on the 13th, so next Friday. They currently sit 10th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings, 18th in the Max Preps Rankings. Orofino, they have an 0-4 record, 0-2 in league play, lost to Grangeville last week, like we just mentioned. Says they are playing Priest River on the 18th. They are going to be playing Priest River. Maybe it's tonight. They are 18th in Max Prep, or 18th in Idaho Sports Power Rankings, 22nd in the Max Preps Rankings. The Kellogg Wildcats, they have a 2-4 record, 1-1 in league play. They beat New Plymouth 27-8 last week. And it said, according to, I think it was Idaho Sports, it didn't show a game for them this week. But on Facebook, Wildcats Live said that the Kellogg Wildcats are at Bonners Ferry tonight for football. So that might be a game they picked up, maybe because they're not playing Priest River at the end of the season. So the Badgers, the Wildcats are 14th in Idaho Sports and 19th in the Max Preps rankings. The top 5 in the polls and power rankings across the board. Starting with Idaho Sports Power Rankings, it's Declo, Westside, Melba, North Fremont, and Wendell, the top 5. In the coaches poll, it is Westside, Declo, North Fremont, Melba, and Aberdeen. In the media poll, it is Declo, Westside, North Fremont, Melba, and Aberdeen. And in the Max Preps ranking, it's Declo, Westside, North Fremont, Melba, and Aberdeen. This has been a look at the 2A standings, and we've got one more senior to let you know about for the volleyball team, and that is Ava Stansel. Her parents, Greg and Brooke Stansel, she has 10 years of playing volleyball. After high school, she plans to attend college to get a degree in kinesiology to pursue a career in physical therapy. Activities in school included volleyball, BPA, National Honor Society, and Hot Cocoa Club. Her most memorable moment would be getting a special Lotus with Lily before each game ever since their freshman year. She'd like to thank her mom, her dad, Brett, Maddie, Brandy, grandparents, Tom, Rhonda, Rick, and Debbie, all of her teammates who she has had these past 4 years, Coach Fisher, Coach Mallet, Ob, and C, the Jansons, Asberries, and Elliots, all of the team moms, Coach Chase, Christy, Becky, Dub, Sammy, Cammie, Brendan, and Trey, and most importantly, her girls, Lily, Taylor, and Abby, for making the last 4 years so memorable, and anyone else that she may have forgotten. Lumberjack volleyball senior Ava Stansel. We'll take a quick break, come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to kickoff right after this.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chip, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Do you need help finding that perfect gift? Looking for that personalized touch? Come to Jack's Pharmacy in St. Maries and let us fill your balloons. Not only does Jack's carry all of your gift and party supplies, but we're here to serve you with all your personal care items. Come in and let our personal care experts help you find just what you need from our wide selection. If we don't have it, we can get it. Plan your party at Jack's Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Sam Parrish back here at Lumberjack Field as we get set for Lumberjack football. The Lumberjacks hosting the Grangeville Bulldogs. Last senior on the volleyball seniors is Miss Abby Wilkes. Her guardians, Alyssa and Michael and Shane Goacachoa, and Jamie Wilkes and Heidi Campbell. She has 10 years of playing volleyball. After high school, Abby plans to attend dental school in Coeur d'Alene to become a dental hygienist. Activities in school include volleyball and BPA. Her most memorable moment is when the toilet got clogged as coach was doing room checks at state, and she had to grab the plunger because they were too scared to. She'd like to thank her mom, her dad, Shane, Heidi, Coda, Braden, Loudon, Grandma and Grandpa, Bonka, Aunt Casey, Rian, Kenna, the Cochrans, the McGrills, the Stansels, the Jansons, the Asberries, Shift and Grind family, student section, Gecky, Lily, Ava, Taylor, a.k.a. Gang, all the teams and coaches she has had throughout the years, and the current team for all of the support. That is Miss Abby Wilkes, the final senior on the volleyball squad for the girls. They are having a really good season. We'll hopefully get a chance to talk to them a little bit later in the pregame show. Taking a look around the county right now, though, in sports, a look at Lakeside and Kootenai. As Lakeside, their volleyball team 3-6 on the season, 0-3 in league play. They beat Clark Fork 3-1 in their last match. They are at Mullen on the 10th. Their football team, Lakeside, is 3-3 in overall, 2-1 in league play. Lost to Mullen 53-32 last week. They are at Wallace tonight. Kootenai, the Warriors, their volleyball team lost 0-3 to Clark Fork. 0 matches to 3 to Clark Fork. Or sets. They are no score as they play Genesis Prep and Coeur Core to Christ Academy this last week, and I didn't find no scores on them when I was putting this together. They are at Wallace on the 10th. That is a quick look at sports around the county. We will look at a Lumberjack football senior and then take a quick break. First senior for the Lumberjack football team, Riley Abel, or 8-Ball. His guardians, Gareth and Jenny Abel. He has 3 years of playing football. After high school, he plans to attend lineman school. His activities in school include football, wrestling, and baseball. His most memorable moment is Tef's locker room speech last year after Grangeville. He would like to thank his mom and dad for making him the man he is now, his sister, his grandparents, aunts and uncles, his girlfriend, and any friends and family he may have missed. He'd also like to thank the Tef family for everything they have done for the team and him personally. That is a look at Riley Abel, the first senior on this football squad for the Lumberjacks. We'll take a break, come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Maries. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Maries High School, pick up your copy of the St. Maries Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Maries Gazette Record, pick up a copy today.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Field as the Lumberjacks getting ready to have their senior night introductions. And we are about a half an hour until kickoff. Lumberjacks hosting the Grangeville Bulldogs. It is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. Another senior on this football squad is Brock Anderson. His guardians, Josh and Lisa Anderson. He has 11 years of playing football. After high school, he plans to become a diesel mechanic. Activities in school include football, wrestling, and baseball. His most memorable moment is Tef's speech after beating Grangeville last year. I have heard that a lot this year, and I wish I would have got the chance to hear that speech. It sounds like it was a good one coming from Coach Tef. He'd like to thank his parents, Sean, Trey, Wyatt, JJ, Milo, Freddie, the rest of the team, his grandparents, all of his coaches, and anyone that he might have missed. That is Brock Anderson, Lumberjack Senior, here tonight for senior night. Now back to our pregame. Take a look at some Lumberjack statistics. Offensively for St. Maries, they are averaging around 20 points per game this season. Yards per game, just under 300 at 299. Passing yards per game, 75. St. Maries is not, they've got a young quarterback, kind of a little bit of a young group behind those seniors, but just kind of a young team somewhat. And they have leaned more on that rushing game this year. 224 yards per game rushing. In the passing game, they have about 5 yards per attempt, and on the ground, 5 yards per carry. St. Maries has 5 fumbles lost and 9 interceptions thrown. The third down conversion, St. Maries is at a 34% clip on those. Fourth down conversions, 39% on those. Offensive leaders at quarterback, Jack Barta, sophomore. He has 36 of 91 passing, 447 yards, 3 touchdowns. He has had 9 interceptions. He has been sacked 6 times. Trey Gibson, senior running back, 171 carries on the year, 1,224 yards. He is #1 in the state of Idaho for yards rushing. He has 10 touchdowns, 7 yards per rush, 204 yards per game. He has a long of 42 yards. He's averaging around 28 carries per game, and he has done one of the first things that he wanted to do, and he wanted to beat his brother Eli's rushing record, I guess you could say, from the 1920 school year. Eli Gibson rushed for 1,021 yards. He was the quarterback, and he had all of the rushing yards there. And that was one of the first times I've seen a single player get over 1,000 yards in one season, because St. Mary's usually has a running back by committee. So he has surpassed his brother Eli. He has another record that he would probably like to reach, and this is an unconfirmed record so far from what I understand, but a single-season school rushing record is just over 1,900 yards from what we have been told, and I believe it was by Ben Felix in 2005. So I'm pretty sure that's what I was told. If anybody out there that's listening knows for sure if I've got those numbers right, be sure to hit us up on Facebook and let us know. But Julian Grimaldo is the leading wide receiver. He is a sophomore, 11 receptions, 256 yards, 2 touchdowns. He averages 23 yards per reception, 43 yards per game. Trey Gibson, he also has 6 receptions for 55 yards and a touchdown. Defensively for the Lumberjacks, they are allowing 31 points per game, 276 yards per game. The Lumberjacks are allowing 148 yards passing and 129 yards rushing to opposing offenses. Third down conversions, 34% for their opponents, 44% for fourth down conversions. St. Maries has forced and recovered 8 fumbles from their opponents, and they have 1 interception for 9 total takeaways. I don't think it might still be -1. I don't remember. I think St. Mary's might be a little bit more than that in the negative on the turnover battle. Defensive leaders, Trey Gibson, the senior, 46 total tackles on the year, 5 tackles for loss, 4 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 1 defensive touchdown. Cole Darnold, he's a senior. He has 43 tackles with 4 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. Roan Ford, a senior sack leader on the team. He has 4 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 1 defensive touchdown, and 1 safety to his credit. And Julian Grimaldo is the lone Lumberjack with 1 interception for St. Mary's. We'll take a break, but before we do so, our next senior. And let's see here. We started with Riley Abel. And we did Brock Anderson. So our next senior is Cole Darnold. His guardians, Trevor and Jennifer Darnold. He has 8 years of playing football. After high school, he plans to attend Volta Lineman School. Activities in school include football. His most memorable moment is making it to the championship every year in Chief Morris League football. He'd like to thank his whole family for giving him advice when needed and always supporting his decisions. That is St. Mary's Lumberjack senior Cole Darnold. We'll take another break, come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Kickoff.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack! Cold weather is coming, and 10th Street Lumber has what you need. From super premium pellets to energy logs and fireplaces, 10th Street Lumber will help you stay warm all winter long. North Idaho energy logs and stove pellets are the best of the best. 100% natural with no chemicals and burn cleaner, hotter, and longer. If you need a new stove, 10th Street Lumber is a proud Kuma stove supplier. Kuma wood stoves are made right here in Idaho and are some of the best on the market. 10th Street Lumber in St. Maries. Stop by today. Located on 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Maries. And we are back. The Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Kickoff. Lumberjacks hosting the Bulldogs of Grangeville in a big Central Idaho League night. Clark has just joined us in the booth as he saunters his way in.
Oh, yes, of course. I just saunter better than anybody, I'll tell you.
It's a beautiful night for football, right, Clark?
Certainly is.
We are recognizing seniors as we go through here. Our next senior for the Lumberjacks is Roan Ford. His guardians, Joe and Liz Ford. He has 5 years of playing football. After high school, he plans to attend the University of Idaho to study fire science. His activities in school include football and class. His most memorable moment is the halftime speech against Kellogg last year. He'd like to thank Coach Teft, Coach Rouse, Coach West, Donovan James, and Sarah Odekirk, and his parents. That is Roan Ford, just one more of the 13 seniors on this varsity roster this year. We are at about 20 minutes or so until kickoff. Taking a look, the Lumberjacks had a nice bounce back last week with a win over Bonners Ferry on homecoming. They shut out the Badgers 28-0. It was a nice win to get the Jacks refocused after an emotional week the previous week with the loss of Craig Teft. The Jacks want to keep that momentum going, though, and get a big league win tonight in a game that has massive playoff implications. It is believed that this game, the winner of this game, it is believed will be the district champion, league champion, and could be the only team to get a postseason bid this year out of the 2A Central Idaho League. So, a lot on the line here tonight, Clark, for both of these teams.
Well, they always are when these two teams play.
It's not going to be an easy task, as we know. You know, the Jacks, St. Maries is just 2-11 against Grangeville. St. Maries wins against the Bulldogs in the last 13 years, or last 13 seasons, were 8-0 in the 2016, or 8-0 in the 2016-2017 season. We all know what happened that year, undefeated state champions. And then St. Mary's beat Grangeville last year in Grangeville by a score of 18-6. So St. Mary's has never beat Grangeville back-to-back, obviously, with only having 2 wins. So a couple of goals here for St. Mary's,
definitely.
you know.
Yeah.
Get it back-to-back victories against Grangeville, get that postseason spot, get a bye week at the first part of playoffs. I mean, it's a big deal for this game this evening. But as we know, Grangeville is always tough, no matter what.
It's not going to be any different tonight.
No, it's not. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with more. Oh, wait, nope, I've got to get a senior. Sorry, got to get these seniors out here. We've got so many of them. Got to get these seniors out there. The next senior is Brennan Green. His guardians, Luke and Jenny Rose, and Jeff Green. He has 4 years of managing. He has been the football manager, basketball manager. I don't remember if he gets out there with baseball or not, but he's just
I
a
don't
manager.
remember seeing him out there for spring ball.
Yeah. After high school, he plans to attend University of Idaho for electrical engineering. Activities in school include football, basketball, track, Business Professionals of America, National Honor Society, and ASB. I've got to find out. I don't know if he manages or if he runs track. I've got to do a senior spotlight with him later. So
there you go.
I will find
Check it out. Brennan is one of the great kids.
Oh, he is.
At this school. I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but it's just how quickly they grow. I mean, he's a senior this year. So it's just amazing. Good boy.
His most memorable moment is beating Priest River 54-0 and 60-6 his freshman year. He'd like to thank his parents, his family, all of his teammates throughout the years, the Spence family, the Plant family, all of the team moms, Kayla, Ava, Cammie, Abby, Lily, Sammy, Wickard, Miss Pete, Becky, Gilkey, Coach Teft, all of the other coaches, and anyone that he may have forgotten.
Well, he forgot to name me on there. You know, one of his favorite teachers.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'll get over it.
I say that every time with some of these seniors that I get to know well. They never mention coffee radio either.
Oh,
you know?
I tell you,
I always
what's that about?
give them a hard time. And I got them tacos yesterday. I want to give a shout out to Taco About It because I was trying. I forgot to do that at the beginning of the broadcast. I was going to just get tacos for the offensive linemen because they've been playing really good opening hole. You know, and you can't pick them as a player of the game because 3 tacos with a player of the game thing isn't going to go far with those linemen.
Now, was it, 5 of those boys?
Yeah, so I got a hold of Talk About It yesterday, and I said, I want to get like $30 worth of tacos for these linemen. And they said, okay, well, why are you just doing linemen? And I said, well, it's no word for these guys. They've been playing good. It's hard to give them the recognition. So they then asked me how many players are on the whole team. And I said, well, if you consider varsity and JV, there's about 50. And they said, well, that's a lot of kiddos. And I said, yeah, I can't afford to feed that many. So when I got down there, they came out of their truck with 60 tacos.
Oh, my.
So we ended up feeding the linemen and the rest of the football players before their walk-through practice yesterday.
I have a feeling those 60 tacos don't go very far with the
Not
football.
really, not really.
Boys.
It was just a good snack before their practice.
Yeah,
We talked
and
about
I'm not belittling what
No,
they
no,
did.
no,
That's
no.
wonderful that they did it. Just that,
and
I know these kids' appetites.
but they had tacos for their team dinner that the parents provided afterwards. So,
there you
they
go.
had double dose of tacos yesterday.
So they did a comparative analysis later on which ones were better. And Taco About It must have been the better, right? Let's talk about it.
But I definitely want to give that shout out to Taco About It, as they are our Player of the Game sponsors this year. And then they really hooked us up yesterday with some tacos for the boys. And I tell you, those tacos went quick and the boys loved them. Mm-hmm. There was a couple of the kids that weren't there that were kind of bummed out today when they seen me. But we will take another break. We'll come back with more after this.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Triple X Feeds in St. Maries is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Maries, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
Looking for a hard-working, reputable, licensed, and insured construction company in Benoit County? Need a remodel, pole barn, or deck? Whatever your construction needs may be, Colton Construction LLC is waiting for your call. 208-315-7333. Colton Construction LLC, licensed, insured, and ready to give you your free estimate today. Give them a call, 208-315-7333. That's 208-315-7333. Colton Construction, LLC. Ask about their military discount.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan, back here at Lumberjack Field Senior Night as your Lumberjacks host the Grangeville Bulldogs. Next senior on the senior list is Trey Gibson. You guys have heard his name a lot on the radio this year, I'm sure.
Dr. Gibson?
He has had a few too many Taco About It Player of the Game awards. His parents, Andy and Chris Gibson, they kind of come from quite a few pretty good athletes over the last several years, I think. I just
what, an Eli? I remember an Eli.
Maybe even a Kiefer. I think,
there was a Kiefer. Yeah, that's right.
Trey has been playing football for about 11 years. After school, he plans to continue playing football at the collegiate level. His activities in school include football, wrestling, baseball, and ASB. His most memorable moment in the post-game speech that Coach Teft gave last year after they beat Grangeville.
I have heard so much about this, and I'd love to have heard it.
That's what I said a little while ago. I'm like, I wish somebody would have got that on tape because I want to hear what this post-game speech was. He would like to thank his mom, his dad, Kiefer, Aubrey, Kinley, Eli, Sierra, Atlee, Ava, Grandma Janie, all of his aunts and uncles, Coach Teft, Wes and Rouse. Let's put a comma where it's supposed to be one. All the coaches, I just didn't read it with the comma. All the coaches he has had in his football career, all the teammates he has had the last 4 years, the boys, and the whole Lumberjack family. That is Lumberjack Senior.
Oh, it's
Trey Gibson. I could always add it in there. People wouldn't know. So we are kind of waiting. I'm getting into our spot where we talked about the Grangeville Bulldogs, and we are going to be joined by Big Country 92.7 KORT in Grangeville in this broadcast. I have not gotten word from them that they have joined in yet. So we are going to skip ahead for right now to other sport action for the Lumberjacks. The soccer boys, they lost 10-0 to Charter on Wednesday. They will be at Bonners Ferry on Saturday. They play at 2 o'clock. The Lumberjack girls, they lost to Coeur d'Alene Charter 9-0 on Wednesday. They then traveled over to Lakeland on Thursday. They tied with the Lakeland Hawks 2-2. That's the first, at least in the last several years, that we've been able to do that with Lakeland. Thursday, they will be at Bonners Ferry, or Saturday, they'll be at Bonners Ferry. That game starts at noon. District tournament starts on Monday. A quick look at that district schedule. It looks like Lumberjack girls, according to at least right now, I don't know if things are going to change. It didn't really look like much will change with the upcoming games, but it looks like the Lumberjack girls will play Bonners Ferry at 3 o'clock on Monday in the district tournament for soccer at Real Life Field in Post Falls. The boys, it looks like they will play at 1 p.m., and it looks like they'll be playing Charter, and that is also at Real Life Fields in Post Falls. So good luck to the Lumberjack girls and boys soccer in their district tournament action.
If anybody's never been out to the Real Life Fields, those are very, very nice soccer fields.
Yeah, very nice. Volleyball, that team is on to they're having a great season this year as well. They had a pretty good season last year. They are 8-1 overall, 5-1 in league play. They beat Priest River 3-1 on Tuesday. That was senior night. Then they beat Deary last night 3-1. They will be at Priest River on Monday. The lone loss for the girls comes to the Kellogg Wildcats. So those two teams right now vying for the top of the district in the league this year. And it's no shock. I think Kellogg was pretty tough last year as well. So that's Lumberjack volleyball right now. Lumberjack football, they have a bye week next week. I believe JV will be hosting Priest River, though, next Friday probably. And then the Lumberjacks will be on the road to Orofino the following week. I'm not sure if there's a JV game for that one. I think there's one scheduled, but sometimes Orofino isn't able to field that JV team. So we'll see what happens there and let you know. The Vandals, man, they're off to a pretty good season, Clark. They beat Eastern Washington last week, 44-36.
At Eastern.
They will be at Cal Poly tomorrow. That's at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. And then they'll be hosting Montana next week for homecoming. I'm going to be going to that game. I'm going to get a behind-the-scenes look of the radio stuff and all that.
Won't that be nice? And then you'll be envious and say, I want that equipment too.
I've always wanted to do that. So I talked to their guys, and they said, yeah, that's easy. Boise State lost last week 35-32. They will be at Memphis, or that was at Memphis. They will host San Jose State at 5 o'clock tomorrow. The Seahawks last Monday beat the Giants 24-3 on Monday Night Football.
Very impressive game, too.
And they will be at the Bengals this Sunday, 10 a.m. The Seattle Kraken, they finish up their final preseason matchup tonight with the Oilers. And then
they start next week?
They start next week, I believe, with regular season. And we are carrying Seattle Kraken football, or hockey, next
that's
this
hard
year.
For you to say. That's not part of your vocabulary.
No, it's not. Also, some congratulations. The Lumberjack alumni, Landon Warren. He graduated Navy boot camp this last week, I believe. So thank you and congratulations. Congratulations to St. Mary's alumni, Taylor Humphrey. She's graduating BSU with her bachelor's degree in December, on the 16th of December.
Already.
And
Wow.
for those of you wanting to know when homecoming dance has been rescheduled to, the 14th from 8 to 11 at the Elk Lodge.
So we should keep our time open for that, I suppose.
I'm going to be at a football game.
And no one's going to dance with me anyway. I don't have any rhythm.
And we'll take another quick break. We'll be back with more.
St. Maries Realty is a St. Maries icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Maries Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Maries Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Maries.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we are back, and I'm not 100% sure if Grangeville has gotten us tied in with them yet, but if they are, we want to welcome Big Country 92.7 KORT and Grangeville and the listeners up on the Camas Prairie. I believe that is up there, as your Bulldogs get set to take on the Lumberjacks here in St. Mary's. The Bulldogs, a 3-5 record this year, 1-0 in league play, 10th in max preps. They beat Orofino 58-6 last week. They did not make the playoffs. They got edged out by St. Mary's and Kellogg. Their head coach is Jeff Adams in his 7th season, and it looks like we've got the national anthem, and we'll just turn up our mics for the national anthem. We're not going to take a break. That was the St. Mary's Pep Band with the national anthem. They've done the starters for the Bulldogs. We'll give you those real quick. It's their starting offense. At quarterback, it is junior David Goakoa. He is number 2. One of the wide receivers, number 3, Cody Clement, senior wide receiver. He's also a kick returner. He returned a touchdown versus New Plymouth. Carter Munt, number 5. Junior wide receiver, Caden Wasmuth, number 8. Then you've got junior running back, number 36, Cooper Poxleitner. Looks like he's a tight end. Junior, number 44, Thane Williams. Then you got junior, number 50, Talon Brown. Junior, number 66, Bo Bruzis. Junior, number 69, Troy Benefield. Senior, number 74, Aaron Forsman. And senior, number 77, Morgan Devon. A little bit more about the Bulldogs. They got some big returning players this year. Clark, Carter Munt, he was an all-league player last year. Jaden Lagretta, he was a all-league player. And Cody Clement, all-league returners from last year. A couple of players lost for the Bulldogs, though, to graduation. Trent Charlie, he led the team in tackles. Colin Geckner, he led the team in rushing last year. And I guess an incoming player to look at this year is Kobe Beach. He is a sophomore for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, they didn't quite have the year they'd want to last year. Obviously didn't make it into the playoffs. They don't want to make that 2 in a row this year. So they're going to come in here. The Bulldogs always play St. Mary's tough. They're always a tough, gritty, and physical team. They could be having the worst season of all. They could probably come into play St. Mary's with no wins, and it would still be a battle. The minute they hit the field against St. Mary's, it's going to be a dogfight. You know that. They have some pretty good talent again this year, and St. Mary's is going to have their hands full. They do like to throw the ball around, so St. Mary's is going to have to be solid on their secondary. St. Mary's, though, is starting to get into a groove. In the preseason coaches poll, Clark, it was a split dead even on who would win the league title this year between St. Mary's and Grangeville.
Well, these two are usually the stronger teams that are in the league. Kellogg has some say. They played very well last year. But they've lost a lot of kids off of that team from last year.
Wow.
We're not doing basketball, are we?
Hasn't opened up my stats. So the Bulldogs won the opening, not the opening, they won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so St. Mary's will receive the opening kickoff. Back deep for St. Mary's is going to be Trey Gibson and Julian Grimaldo kicking off for the Bulldogs. And I thought number 1 was their kicker on film, but this looks like number 24. That is Terry Ike, who will do the kickoff duties for the Bulldogs this evening. Once again, if you're with us, we want to welcome in the listeners up in Grangeville, Big Country 92.7 KORT radio, and hopefully you're hearing us loud and clear. Ike lines up the Bulldogs, ready to get this game underway. Once again, big time, and this game always seems to be the one. Big playoff implication game here for these two teams.
So it's amazing we're already talking about playoff implications. It just seems like our first game was not that long ago.
The kick is a low line drive. It's going to take a bounce into the hands of Grimaldo at the 20. And he's going to get a little bit of blocking to the sideline. Looks like he's going to cross the 30. I think it was the 20.
30.
Now where he picked it up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And it looks like it's at about the 32-yard line. And that's where St. Mary's will start. They come out with Milo Marsh to the near side as a wide receiver. Looks like nobody to the top of the formation. Barta is under center. Gibson in the backfield. Bulldogs jump offside. So the Lumberjacks will get a free 5 yards on the first play of the game. Moves the ball up to the 37-yard line. Be 1st and 5 now for the Lumberjacks. Same formation. Barta under center. Some of the Lumberjacks wearing pink in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they're going to try a pass right out the gate. Barta, though, has to scramble, and he's going to be tackled. He's going to have to probably go down as a sack. I know he was scrambling, but
the wide receivers were covered
on the line of scrimmage.
Lost about a yard. It's going to be second.
Did not see who made the tackle for the Bulldogs. Yeah, once they start to scramble, I don't know if that turns into a run and it's not a sack or not. I will have to figure that out. One receiver to the top of the formation this time. Barta under center. Handoff to Gibson. Gibson runs headlong into a Bulldog.
She was waiting for him.
I'm not sure if he gained anything on that one or not. It looks like no gain on the play. Once again, I didn't catch a number. I think it was 44. I think it was Thane Williams with the tackle. He's one of those linebackers, I believe, for the Bulldogs. So 3rd and about 5-6 yards for the Lumberjacks. One receiver to each side of the formation. Man goes in motion. Snap to Barta. Barta, the throw a little bit high, just off the fingertips of Grimaldo. And the Lumberjacks' first drive is not going the way they want it to go. As if they punt it here, it's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Jacks. Which I'm pretty sure this early in the game, there's no need to go for it.
I see the pink socks of the punter.
Yeah, there's a few other pink socks out there tonight.
That's true. Maybe I'm...
Riley Abel should be there to punt. Back to return it. Ray Holes is back to return. He's waiting at about the 31, and we've got...
Abel will punt for the Giants.
We've got... And something going on with...
some substitution issue.
I think it was his headband that Ray Holes was wearing. I guess they told him he couldn't wear that headband.
Well, there are certain rules, yeah.
So instead, it looks like it's number 40 of Kobe Beach. Nice punt by Abel. Backing up and getting that ball at the 15. Tackled by Grimaldo at the 30. Nice punt coverage by the Lumberjacks.
That was received at the 25.
25?
Yeah.
And return to their 30.
At their own 31.
Well, returner was Beach for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs will start in 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. after the tackle by Grimaldo. So the Bulldogs, let's see what they come out with. David Goakoa, I believe their quarterback, number 2.
And you told me they're more of a, they can do a little bit better mix of things.
Yeah, they pass and run. They usually have this 3-receiver look. Handoff, first man through, big hole for Poxleitner. He's going to pick up about 5, brought down by Cole Darnold.
Looks like you got 6.
Nice blocking there up the middle for the Bulldogs on their first run.
Going to be 2nd and 2 now for the Bulldogs.
Might have been 6 or 7 yards. One receiver to the near side. They get a man in motion. Handoff again to Poxleitner. He finds some room, shakes off one Lumberjack tackler. That was Brock Anderson. He just flung him off. He's off to the races, and it's going to be Grimaldo bringing him down to at the Lumberjack 25.
Ball carried by Poxleitner. I hope I'm not butchering his name, folks.
So another big run for the Bulldogs. That was a gain of, man, I said down to the 25, right? No, the 25. That was a 38-yard gain up the middle for the Bulldogs. Lumberjacks usually pretty solid on their run defense, and the Bulldogs just gashed them on that one. Bulldogs trying to get their personnel correct. It looks like they get everybody in. Now do we have a different quarterback? That's number 5 now. That's Carter Munt.
Because the other quarterback lost his helmet on the play before.
High snap. Lumberjacks almost get him in the backfield. He does end up picking a yard or 2 up on the far sideline.
You lose your helmet on a play, you have to come out for 1.
There's a whole host of Lumberjacks over there forcing him out of bounds. They didn't see who made that tackle. Yeah, St. Mary's almost had him in the backfield as he bobbled that snap for a second. He's able to pull it down and get that edge to pick up just a little bit. 2nd and about 7 for the Bulldogs, 1 receiver to each side of their formation. Going to hand it off to Poxleitner again. This time Lumberjacks read it well. Looks like Kyson Watts and Trey Gibson on the tackle.
Loss of about a 1/2 yard now, we're going to call it.
3rd and 8, I think.
3rd and 8 now for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd and long for the Bulldogs, same formation. Gonna look to throw, going deep near side, and the catch is made into the end zone. Gustav did not get his head around to locate that ball, and his catch is made by Carter Munt for the touchdown.
22-yard pass.
And the Bulldogs will strike first on the 23-yard completion. Lumberjacks' struggles have been in pass coverage, so Bulldogs lining up to go for 2, 1 receiver each side of the formation. And goes in motion from right to left, and a little false start penalty there will move the Bulldogs back. So we'll move it back to the 8-yard line. Makes it a little bit tougher. Bulldogs break the huddle, same formation. Carter Mutt to the top of the formation. Down near side is Cody Clement. Pistol is Goakoa. Looks to throw it into the flat. Caught by the number 8 of Wasmuth, but coming over there to stymie the attempt was number 8 of St. Mary's, Wyatt Holmes. So I thought he was going to get in, and Wyatt Holmes makes it over there in time to keep him out. So it's 6-0 in favor of the Bulldogs here in the first quarter. Let's go ahead and do another senior recognition. Noah Gravy, as they call him Gravy during practice. His guardians, Nathan Gravy and Shauna Heggie. He has 4 years of playing football. After high school, he plans to play college ball and then start a real estate business with his brother. Activities in school, football, track, and Business Professionals of America. His most memorable moment is going to football camp and bonding with his teammates. He'd like to thank his mom for always being there for him and always supporting his crazy dream, and his coaches for helping him become a better player and caring about him so much.
And coffee rating.
Is Noah Gravy, Lumberjack senior. Well, St. Mary's needs to answer back here. Their first possession didn't do much for them. We've got Grimaldo and Gibson waiting at their 15-yard line, and the kicker this time, it looks like it's going to be the number 24 of Ike. Not this time. He kicked it the first time, too. I think I was going back thinking about the punt returner that had to come out because he had apparently something that he wasn't supposed to have on. So Ike lines up the Bulldogs. Kick is on the way. Low line drive. Going to take a bounce to Gibson at about the 16-yard line. Bringing it near side. Finds a little bit of room. Lowers the shoulder and is taken out of bounds at about the 36.
Knocked out of bounds by Dane Williams.
They're marking generously, it looks like they're around the 40 now. So it looks like he went out about 4 yards back on that one.
Yeah, Dane Williams on the tackle, and they're giving him that ball
at the 40-yard
line.
Are they just rounding off now these days?
Maybe. Maybe they've listened to me a few too many times.
4 yards off, Tim. You're only about a yard.
Marsh to the near side. Grimaldo top of the formation. Pistol for Barta. Hands it off to Gibson. This time some room to run off that right side of the line, and it's a
gain of 5.
Gain of 5 for Gibson.
He's just so hard to bring down because he keeps those legs moving all the time.
There is a flag out there.
Flag on the play.
That was a late flag, wasn't it?
I don't know. It might have been tossed in the middle. So St. Mary's gets the run.
Dead ball, personal foul on the Lumberjack.
Some unsportsmanlike conduct.
I'm going to finish tagging that.
And so I don't know who they gave it to, but what that means, though, if he gets another one.
I'm going to call it a pre-snap
penalty.
Wrong
way ref again. Well, it's a dead ball penalty.
Yeah, so I can't really give it as on the play itself.
And that's
so it'll be second and looks like 20 for the Lumberjacks after the dead ball penalty. I don't know who it was, but somebody maybe get a little bit extracurriculars with the Bulldogs, and that's the penalty St. Mary's has to avoid tonight. The snap,
they've got to play
the throw out to Gibson. Gibson shakes. Oh, he almost kept his feet, couldn't quite stay on 2 feet, and is going to go down. I think that was a pass. Looked like it was forward. Did he gain anything on that?
I don't think so. May have even lost a yard.
So the Lumberjacks still sitting basically at 3rd and 20. Gibson couldn't make that guy miss. Oh, they say 2 yards.
Well, Grangeville's defense, I'll say this about them. They get to the ball. They're swarming, finding where it is and getting to penetration.
Now they say it was a loss of 1.
Okay.
3rd and 21 for the Lumberjacks. Snap. Going to hand it off. Leaf flicker action, or actually a little bit of reverse action for Grimaldo. And that Bulldog defense pretty fast. Grimaldo gets the edge, but not enough, obviously, as he only picks up about 2.
Knocked out of bounds by Spencer.
Maybe they gave him more than that. That's up to the, what is that, the 34-yard line? Looks like they gave him 3 yards. But it's still 4th and 18 for the Lumberjacks. So St. Mary's has to punt. And again, that penalty shot themselves in the foot. They had a nice 5-yard pickup on first down. Snap to Abel. He gets a nice one away. Fair catch called for at about the 34-yard line. Fair catch by Ray Holt.
First and 10 Bulldogs, and they're on 35.
And they are going to mark it right at 35, basically, so we'll put it there. And the Bulldogs with their second possession. Let's see if Lumberjacks defense can get a stop here. Grangeville, 2 receivers to the near side. One man goes in motion, takes the snap, hands off to Poxleitner, finds a big hole. He's going to meet Hayden DeFort at about the 41 and be brought down.
A 9-yard gain on that.
Poxleitner on the carry. He's tackled by Hayden DeFort.
About a 9-yard pickup. Bulldog offensive line right now is opening some pretty good holes in the middle for the Bulldogs.
And Poxleitner's got some speed, too. He's not having to look. He's getting through those holes as they're developing.
2nd and 1, snap, handoff again to Poxleitner, and
this
Gibson.
Time they get them, but I think they'll get their first down.
Yeah, I think they got the first down.
Carries. Trey Gibson on the tackle for Lumberjacks, and that's a first down for Grangeville.
About a 2-yard pickup for Poxleitner. 1st and 10 now.
Grangeville 45.
Bulldogs right at the 45, their own side of the field still. Bulldogs lead 6-0 early first quarter. 1 receiver near side, 2 to the top. Goakoa looks like he's in probably shotgun. Now he goes up, taps the center, backs back up to shotgun. 1 running back behind him, takes the snap, hands it off to Poxleitner. Poxleitner this time met his line of scrimmage and slung down by Gibson. Ball comes out late.
Poxleitner on the carry, tackled by Trey Gibson. No gain.
Gibson filled that hole pretty good that time.
2nd and 10 now for the Bulldogs.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for Grangeville. Bulldogs getting the play in from the sideline. 1 receiver near side, 2 to the top. Running back flank near side. Going to look for the pass down the sideline. And that pass is overthrown and out of bounds. In coverage is Hayden DeFort. And it brings up 3rd and 10. Good coverage by Hayden that time as he was on the hip pocket of the receiver, which was Clement. And he just kind of kept forcing him. I mean, the ball was out of bounds anyways, but he was also walking him towards the sideline, forcing him out of bounds. Same formation for the Bulldogs. Snap, handoff to Poxleitner. Tries to get the edge, spins off of 1 Lumberjack. Cole Darnold makes contact, but he can't bring him down alone. And it looks like the 7 of Brock Anderson with the tackle.
So it'll be 4th and about 3 or 4 maybe. They're probably going for it. Yep. See, they're definitely going for it. St. Mary's called a timeout because Grangeville came right up to the line.
They were rushing up there. I'm glad they called a timeout. I was finishing getting the stats entered for who was on the tackle. So St. Mary's calls the timeout. We've got 4:46 to go in the first. It's 4th and 3rd. The Bulldogs lead it 6-0. Our next senior, Jaden High, his guardians Alicia and Ron Gesnet. He has 8 years of playing football. After graduation, he plans to go to college to study business. His activities in school include football, basketball, and track. His most memorable moment is when he had 8 pancakes against Kellogg, and we're not talking the food. He would like to thank his mom, his dad, Ron, Coach Rouse, Donovan, Wes, Coach Teff, Shay, Andy, Miss Shay, Buckler, Coach Starr, Aunt Debbie, Marlena, and the boys. That is senior Jaden High. After the timeout, while the Bulldogs have 1 receiver to the near side, looks like 1 to the top of the formation, maybe 2 up there. Running back flanking to the near side, handoff, or the pitch, the throw to Poxleitner, and he's going to get that to the 30, tackled out of bounds by Darnold.
Yeah, the thing is Poxleitner's not a big back or anything. He's just quick. He's a little lightning bug. He's really moving well.
That's going to be at about the 28-yard line of St. Mary's as the Bulldogs continue to march down the field. Oops, 20.
First down, Grangeville.
20. What did I say? 28-yard line?
Yep.
The snap, handoff up the middle. Trey Gibson getting the tackle this time. I think it was Poxleitner again. And on film, Poxleitner is basically their workhorse.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously.
We know about that.
Get a loss of about a half a yard on that one. Trey Gibson with the tackle for the Lumberjack.
That's the name that we usually call, and we're doing it on defense as much as we are on offense.
Brings up 2nd and about 11. 1 receiver near side, 2 to the top. Goakoa fakes the handoff, rolls to the near side. He's getting pursued. Catch is up and caught. Nice toe tap by the number 4 of Legaretta.
Complete to Jaden Legaretta.
on the sideline. That was a good catch by him. First down for the Bulldogs, down to the Lumberjack 15-yard line. First down for the Bulldogs. I forget. Well, I don't think he was really tackled. I don't think, but I'll put it down.
Thrown out of bounds. Basically, thrown out of bounds.
There was a false start for the Bulldogs. It was a bad snap. St. Mary's would have preferred that to continue on, maybe. It'll be 5 yards march back for the Bulldogs. First and 15 back to about the Lumberjack 20-yard line. What's on the clock, Clark? How much time do we got?
3:30.
3:30 to go, first quarter. Bulldogs lead at 6-0 right now. They are driving. First and 15. One receiver to the near side, one to the far side for the Bulldogs. Goakoa pistol formation, hands it off, reverse to the other way, and that opens up a big hole, and he's going to score as the Lumberjacks bite on the reverse. Lagaretta runs it in for the touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Well-designed play. And
very well designed.
Over pursuit on the behalf of the defense right there on that one.
Yeah, just about everybody followed that fake. Well, not really a fake. They handed it off to Poxleitner, but nobody stayed home on the backside of the play, and they handed that off to Legaretta, and he had nobody to touch him. Lining up to go for two. The snap, the throw, and it's incomplete. Intended for the 3 of Clement. 3:09 to go in the first. Lumberjacks trail 12-0 to the Bulldogs. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new express lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's.
And we are back, and I had to get a commercial break in there. I do forget we do have another station on with a feed with, and they need to get some of their sponsors out there, so I can't just keep giving senior...
No, that's not how it works.
I want to welcome in the listeners once again on Big Country 92.7 KORT in Grangeville. Right now, your Bulldogs up 12-0 over the Lumberjacks. About
3:09 left in the first quarter.
Kickoff, deep, wobbly one. Gibson going to pick it up at about the 22. Tries to reverse field, bring it to the near side. Going to be tripped up by a couple of his own guys and one of the Bulldogs. And that's going to be no gain on the return. No, why does that say St. Mary's is kicking? That is not.
Tim's having a little fun with it.
No, I pushed the wrong button. It's okay. Sorry, Clark.
It's all right.
So the Bulldogs, or the Lumberjacks, third possession, haven't moved the ball much yet.
Not yet at all. Very little offense.
Two receivers out, one to each side of the formation. Barta under center takes the snap, hand off to Gibson. Gibson with a big hole this time, gets around a couple of guys, and the Lumberjacks get their first down on the 15-yard pickup. Tackle by Clement up to the 35.
How about the 40, Tim?
Oh. See, I was 4 yards off.
So there you go.
And it's actually the 41.
Maybe even the 41.
Lumberjacks back the line. One receiver to each side of the formation. Barta under center. Barta hands it off to Gibson. Gibson met in the hole. Keeps those legs driving, though. Picks up about 5 yards.
Gets it out to the 45.
4 yard pickup. That's
Spencer with a tackle for Grangeville.
Carl Spencer making the stop. Brings up second and about 6 for the Lumberjacks. Milo Marsh splits out to the near side. Top of the formation is Grimaldo. Pistol formation for Barta with Gibson behind him. Going to take the handoff. It's actually a handoff to off tackle near side run there.
No gain on that.
No gain, and it was Hayden DeFort with the run.
Well, the thing is they're running right into where there is no hole. And that's, you got to give Grangeville the credit for that as well. Their defense is playing well.
3rd and 6 for the Lumberjacks. Barta goes to the sideline, gets his play from Coach Barta. Lumberjacks break the huddle. Milo Marsh to the near side. Grimaldo top of the formation. Pistol for Barta. Gibson behind him. Takes the snap. It's the option out to Gibson, and that's going to be, man, that's the first time they've had that happen on the pitch, but Barta got hit in the backfield, which knocked that pitch off a little bit. Gibson able to jump on it, and it's 4th and long.
11 yards.
I'm going to call that I'm not going to mark it down as a fumble, but I'm going to, loss of, what'd you say, 11?
It looks like at least 11 yards.
Oh, that's the wrong way on there, Tim. Go that way. Trey Gibson is the one that gets on it. He's the one that sadly gets credited for that negative yardage. St. Mary's going to punt. Abel with the ball. Nope, fake punt. Gibson has it. Finds some room to run. Can he get the first down? One man to beat. He's got him down to the 40 of the Bulldogs. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. That was a gutsy call by St. Mary's deep on their own side of the field. They almost tripped Gibson up before the first down. He was able to get out of that tackle, and then he was off to the races and had to beat one guy. Ray Holes Jr. was the guy he had to beat. And I hear a whistle, but I didn't see no flag. I think we're good, right? The head official's coming over. I'm not exactly sure what the signal is or anything, but regardless, it's a 66-yard fake punt. Oh, is it a sideline warning? Something against the...
It was against the Bulldogs in some capacity.
Some form of penalty against...
I have been watching the side judge here, been telling the Grangeville folks, the team there to get back. And they've been doing that several times throughout this quarter.
Yeah, I think that box down there is only meant for the coaches, and maybe those players are getting in it. The two-point conversion, high point throw out to the corner of the back end zone, and it's going to be caught by the number 8 of Wyatt Holmes for the two-point conversion. So the Lumberjacks bring the score to within, 4? Am I right?
Yeah,
4.
12 minus 8 is 4.
Well, my quick math and skills aren't necessarily the best sometimes, Clark. But so the Lumberjacks, one play, and a gutsy one at that.
They needed to do something because their offense hasn't shown much this game so far. And nobody's been stopping Grangeville yet when they've had the ball. So this is better to be down 4 than to be down possibly 18.
Exactly. So real quick, we'll take a 30-second break and come back with the kickoff.
Nellie's Kitchen at the River City Mall is your all-day breakfast headquarters. Well, almost. Nellie's Kitchen is open 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and serves nothing but breakfast all day long. Stop by Nellie's Kitchen today and try their breakfast sandwich, the Nellie, or have a fan favorite, the Slumgolian. Nellie's Kitchen is open Tuesday to Sunday, 7 to 1, and offers breakfast the entire time. Eat in or call in your order at 208-245-2223. That's 208-245-2223. Nellie's Kitchen located at the River City Mall in St. Mary's.
So, Tim, what happened on that? That is a penalty. They just didn't throw the flag. And so now the kickoff is on Grangeville's 45.
Onside kick for the Lumberjacks. Oh, I think St. Mary's was offside.
Oh, that's not going to help.
So St. Mary's gets to re-quick and tries the onside again. They'll try it from the 50.
Well, it'll be back at its original place of kicking.
I mean, in all honesty, I don't know if St. Mary's is going to get to that onside kick, so it almost, depending on what happens here, it could work out for St. Mary's. I don't think, it's a pre-snap or pre-play penalty, so I don't think you get an opportunity to decline that penalty.
Some of them do have options, but this one is not one of them.
So the Lumberjacks will reline up, this time right at the 50. Riley Abel will get another chance.
Monta's deep for Grangeville.
Going to be through that first line, bobbled at the 30, but the Bulldogs will fall on it. I was going to call it a St. Mary's kickoff since was what that was. Riley Abel, I know where they at? 30.
First and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
From the own 30-yard line. No return there.
Grangeville wanted to make sure they secured the ball. 3 of them fell right on top of it to make sure that they would have that ball.
I always mark that down as a fair catch because otherwise it's going to credit a tackle to somebody that was no tackle on it, basically. So the Bulldogs break the huddle. St. Mary's has 8 points. Bulldogs with 12. One receiver to the near side. Gonna fake that. Nope, it's a handoff, and a big hole opens up. Man. Whew, big hole for Poxleitner. He picks up 11. Hayden DeFort lays a big hit to save him from breaking free for a touchdown, but the Bulldogs are getting some big holes opened up. Moves the ball up to about the Lumberjack 40, looks like 42-yard line. The Bulldog 42. And that is the end of the first quarter. Lumberjacks trail 12-8 to the Bulldogs. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1 million in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's.
Do you show your Vandal pride? Dave sure does. He proudly dons the silver and gold everywhere he goes. Dave thought he was the ultimate fan until he found out there was a Vandal debit card.
Where did you get that?
Well, Dave, there's only one place to get your Vandal debit card. At P1FCU. Visit P1FCU.org/GoVandals to get your Vandal card today. Debit cards are only available to P1FCU members with an active checking. Insured by NCUA.
We're back. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 44-yard line. No receiver. Looks like there are 2 receivers top of the formation. One to the near side. Man goes in motion. Handoff to Poxleitner. Finds some room to run. He's going to be brought down by...
He is finding holes, Tim, so easily so far.
He's going to be brought down by Wyatt Holmes on the far side there. Picks up about 9. They give credit to Hayden DeFort also on that tackle, so we will do so as well.
Defense needs to step it up a bit, Tim.
2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. 1 receiver each side, or 2 receivers to the near side. That one always tricks me because he's not too far off the end of the line, but he is sort of. I'm not even sure if that's considered in the slot or not for him. Bulldogs look like they change up their play a little bit. Pistol formation for Goakoa. Hands off Poxleitner. Another big hole for him. Going to be brought down by Darnold and Ford.
That's good for a first down.
Oh, and Ford is not in here. I don't know why. He doesn't show up in here right now for some reason, so it was about a 4-yard pickup, wasn't it? Where are they at? 44 St. Mary's. Going to get a pass this time for the Bulldogs down the sideline, and pretty good coverage, but caught. Now we get a flag. Wow. And did he shake off and run into the end zone as well?
He did. But, man, that referee threw that from the goal line and went all the way out to the 25.
There is a penalty. See who that goes against. Whatever it was away from the play, so it was a silly mistake if it was against Grangeville. Look like they're kind of pointing at the Bulldogs there. Block in the back by the Bulldogs. Oh, offensive pass interference. So that's even worse because that wipes out the whole play altogether. So that's a tough one for the Bulldogs, as they had a touchdown there. But instead, they're going to be back at their own 40-yard line.
So that'll be 1st and 25.
Lumberjacks catch a break with a bad block in the back penalty that was quite a ways away from the play.
I'm surprised he spotted that well.
2 receivers near side, 1 top of the formation. Gokoa sends a man in motion. Going to hand it off to Poxleitner. He's going to take a little bit of a stutter step at the line, and then he picks up speed. Tackled at the 50 by Darnold, it looks like, and Darnold and
Darnold.
Gibson was in there too.
Oh, we see him a lot. He just wants all the attention.
They picked up about 10. Ball is at the 50, just on the opposite side of the 50. So 2nd, about 15 for the Bulldogs. Same formation. Gokoa going to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, still looking, keeping his eyes downfield, just off the fingertips of Thane Williams, incomplete. And I think there's a coach next door in the Bulldogs booth that was mad that they didn't catch that. I get it. Right off of his fingertips. 3rd down and 15 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers go to the top of the formation this time. Looks like it's Wasmuth and Munt. 1 down here to the near side. Might be Holes. Can't quite see his jersey. Man goes in motion. The ball is it's knocked out of the quarterback's hand. Both Lumberjacks are trying to strip that ball out instead of trying to make the tackle necessarily. There's a whole bunch of Lumberjacks there on the tackle. That allowed him to pick up a few more yards than you'd want him to, though, necessarily.
Well, it's now 4th and about 8, and I bet you they're going to go for it.
That ball is going to be spotted at the 43 or so of St. Mary's.
Yeah.
7-yard pickup. Didn't see who made the tackle for St. Mary's now, and there was a bunch of them. 4th and about 8. Bulldogs on the Lumberjack side of the field. 1 receiver to the near side, 1 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Gokoa brings a man in motion. That's Munt. Looking to throw. There's going to be a hit on the quarterback, but catching the ball down at about the 15 is Wasmuth. And it'll be 1st down.
Cole's a tough little guy. I tell you, he got drilled on that one. It wasn't dirty or anything, but he just held it in the pocket long enough to get that ball off.
The 15-yard line.
And he knew he was going to get hit, too.
What the heck am I doing here? That was not that big of a gain. Something's up here. Okay, there we go. 15. That maybe have been. So we got 1st and 10 from the Lumberjack 15. Handoff to Poxleitner. Big hole opens up for him.
Darn. Get the 1st down on that, too.
I know. Brock Anderson, one of the guys in there on the tackle. They made the 1st down. 1st and 10 down to the Lumberjack 5. St. Mary's only stopped them a couple of times on the run.
Well, they haven't stopped their drives at all.
No. 1st and goal from the 5. 1 receiver, 2 receivers to the near side for the Bulldogs, 1 to the top. Man goes in motion. Hand off to Poxleitner. Up the middle. Post of Lumberjacks on him. Did he carry him into the end zone? No, he's going to be just short. No, they do signal touchdown.
Is it? It's just the referee is the one that mentioned it, but nobody else.
Yeah.
That was not a touchdown.
So it is about it. It's a 4-yard
That was not
pickup.
the referee's call to make from out there. He needed to see something from his side judges.
Don't know who made the tackle. 2nd and goal for the Bulldogs. Poxleitner in the backfield. I'd be watching him heavily if I was St. Mary's. Now they're waiting maybe to get a play change. Yeah, they do. Run up, change the play a little bit, it looks like. Shift the guy over on the line. Hand off to Poxleitner. He's going to be held up in the backfield. Good defense by St. Mary's. I know Freddie Plant was one of the guys in there. Looked like a loss of yardage on that one.
Lost him about a yard.
I know Freddie Plant was one of the guys in there. I've seen his number come around, so we'll give him the credit for now. I always go in afterwards and recheck them all on huddle, but it's 3rd and goal from about the 2. This time the quarterback keeps it. Is he going to get in? And he does, just barely. St. Mary's bit on that just enough. It was, I think, Anderson that caught it, but not in time.
Just, barely is enough.
Yeah, barely is enough. And it's a touchdown for the Bulldogs as they go up 18-8 over the Lumberjacks.
They don't take points off for just barely.
Yeah.
They give them 6.
6:49 to go in the half. Man in motion. Snap. Handoff. And he is in. That is Carter Munt that comes on the sweep, like a jet sweep action. And the Bulldogs get their 2-point conversion on that one. That makes the score 20 for the Bulldogs, 8 for the Lumberjacks. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
And we are back as Ike lines up the Bulldogs to kick off. Back for Lumberjacks is Gibson and Grimaldo. Grimaldo has that ball go past him. He picks it up at the 16-yard line, and he's going to then get that to about the 25.
Grimaldo on the return for the Jacks.
So a little bit of a miscue there as Grimaldo let that ball get past him. He's able to at least get it back up to the 25 for, not great field position, but better than 16-yard line.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's true. Let's see if the offense can pick it up now. They have not been very proficient so far in this game.
Grimaldo near side, Marsh to the top of the formation, pistol for Barta. Gibson lined up behind him. Then a look to throw, out into the flat to Gibson. Gibson shakes off one tackler, barrels through another one, tackled at about about a 9-yard pickup.
Gain of about 9 at 2nd and 1 now for the Jacks.
Brings up 2nd and 1 for St. Mary's. Grimaldo again to the near side. Marsh up to the top of the formation for wide receivers. Barta in the pistol. Gibson behind him. Takes the snap. Hands off to Gibson. Gibson finds some room to run this time. Nice pickup by Gibson up to about the 44. It'll be a Lumberjack first down. Now we have
Grangeville calls timeout.
Bulldogs take a timeout. That run up the middle by Gibson. So it'll be 1st and 10 for St. Mary's at the 44, their own side of the field still. Let's go ahead and check out another senior real quick. Wyatt Holmes. I think we left off on Jaden last. So Wyatt Holmes, his guardians, Andy and Janelle Holmes, 2 years of playing football. After high school, he plans to go to college to study business. Activities in school include football, basketball, baseball, and class vice president. His most memorable moment is when Chase Phillips carved a pumpkin in the Orofino locker room his sophomore year. He'd like to thank his family for helping him get to where he is today and those who always support him on and off the field. Grammy, Colby, Tyler Renner, Chris, Sarah, Kyron, Kara, and Kason Sexton, Uncle Jim and Aunt Kathy, Sean, Nana, Grandpa Monty, his coaches, his teammates for making practice fun, his friends, and all the fans that are here to cheer him on, and finally, Coach Ted. Back out to the action. Lumberjacks up to the line of scrimmage. Everybody in tight. Going to get a pitch to Gibson. Gibson tries to get the edge. He's got a little bit of blocking, shakes off one guy, and he's only going to pick up about a yard. Tackled by the one of Ray Holes Jr. and Troy Benefield. Looks like he actually got a 2-yard pickup on that
that's what it looks like here. They bunched in on that formation and then go outside, hoping to catch them off guard.
Well,
and Grangeville was not fooled by it.
Historically, Grangeville does not like our heavier wedge play. One receiver to each side this time. Pistol formation for Barda. Takes a snap, looking to throw. He's got a little bit of time. Now he's flushed, and he's going to get rid of it late. Finds, looks like Jarrett Brevner, but it's going to be a loss of yardage. Going to lose about 3.
Some of our boys had better be careful how they address the referee out there.
Did you see something?
Oh, yeah. He got one of the referee's faces on thinking that Barda got hit pretty hard.
Oh. Well, St. Mary's has not seen not many calls go their way as far as roughing the passer this year. They've had plenty of them go against them.
I just haven't seen anything to
No, I'm not saying there was on that one, but I was just. So it's actually 3rd and 9 now. I lost a couple of yards that Gibson had made up. 2 receivers set. Barda under center this time. Takes the snap. Going to look to throw. Still looking. He has time. Now he's holding the ball. So he shakes off one guy. Throws it out to Brevner. Brevner is going to try to pick up the first down, but he's not going to get there. He does pick up about 3, but that was, Barda was able to get out of that sack.
He's holding the ball way too long.
Yeah, that was definitely, he held on to that one a little bit too long. I probably should have dumped it to Gibson in the flat when he had him. But
4 on the privilege of 4th down. The tackle was made.
They're going to go for it on this, Tim. I have a feeling.
4th and 5 for St. Mary's.
4th and 6 now for the
4th and 6. Lumberjacks. Everybody in tight. Barda goes under center. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Oh, big block by Gibson to give him a little bit more time. Now he goes down the field. He's going to be intercepted at about the 31 by the number 4 of Lagaretta.
Intercepted by Lagaretta.
Down to about the 31-yard line of, let's see here, the Bulldogs.
First and 10 Bulldogs now. At their own 32-yard line.
So I know we never want to see an interception, but it's kind of like a punt there. He probably would have been better off to knock it down because it was 4th down.
Yeah, well, you think about it sometimes. And want to pad your stats, too.
Well, that's true, 2 receivers in the near side, 1 to the top. Lumberjacks, see if they can get a stop on the Bulldog offense. They haven't just yet. Going to get a handoff to Poxleitner. Big hole, but a flag. So this one's probably going to come back.
Poxleitner on the run.
I'm not going to worry about a tackle on that or anything because that's in the area of probably a hold. And that's at the line of scrimmage, so it'll probably be 1st and 20. That's really the only thing that has saved St. Mary's on a couple of big runs.
St. Mary's has had no answer on the defense right now.
So it'll be 1st and 20 now, back to about the 22 of Grangeville.
Just methodically carving him with a pass or a run right now.
1st and 20 now for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs come out. Looks like they're going to have 2 receivers here to the near side, Lagaretta and Munt. Top of the formation is the number 3 of Clement. Munt goes in motion. Going to take the handoff to Poxleitner, and Freddie Plant blows that up in the backfield.
Knocked down by Fred Plant.
Rowan Ford had the chance to get that tackle for loss himself, but Poxleitner slipped out of his grasp. I'm going to call it probably a 2-yard loss on that one. Loss of 3. So 2nd and 23 now for the Bulldogs. Yeah, there was a couple of guys through quickly that time for St. Mary's. I would be looking pass on this one for the Bulldogs, and Goakoa looks to throw. He's going to get some pressure. Oh, that might, no flag coming on that one, but that was close to being laid on St. Mary's. Gerard Dittman gets the tackle as Carter Munt makes the reception.
So we got about 4th and 15.
This is a gain of
3rd and 15, I mean.
Where's that ball marked at?
Looks like
29?
Yeah.
Gain of about 9 yards, 10 yards.
3rd and 14 now for Grangeville.
One receiver to the near side. One to the top, or 2 receivers near side. Goakoa lining up in the pistol. Running back lined up next to him. That's Goakoa, top of the formation. Goakoa to throw. Into the flat. Catch made. St. Mary's can't get the stop there. Is in coverage with DeFort. The catch made by Clement, and he's going to pick up about 14.
That's a nice slant route that went for Grangeville on that one. Their quarterback is in pretty good sync with his receivers.
It's across the 46-yard line. That was a 17-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the top. Going to hand off to Poxleitner. There's that reverse again. And down the far sideline is Lagaretta, and I don't know if anybody's going to catch him. Grimaldo's the last man that can, and Grimaldo trips him up just before the touchdown. Gets him at about the 1 or 2. Man.
On the carry on the reverse. 1st and goal. Bulldogs. Grimaldo on the carry.
Where's that marked down at? Looks like he's at
the 1-yard line.
Yeah. 53-yard run on that reverse that got St. Mary's once earlier.
Grangeville's been calling a good offensive game.
Man goes in motion, left to right, hand off to him. And that is Carter Munt with the 2-point conversion attempt.
That's the touchdown.
Oh, that's the touchdown. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Did you see something I didn't already?
No, I didn't, Clark.
For those in Grangeville, Tim is usually a very good play-by-play guy. He's just looking ahead tonight.
Well, that was... Yeah, Three receiver set. Goakoa to throw. Looks near side, just behind his receiver, and incomplete. Intended for Legarata. So the Bulldogs lead Lumberjacks 26-8. 1:30 to go before halftime. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The St. Maries Lumberjack Booster Club is looking for volunteers and active members to participate in the many activities the Booster Club does in support of our Lumberjacks. Lumberjack Booster Club provides much appreciated support to Lumberjack sports programs and is always looking for new active members and new ideas. The Booster Club is currently in need of new officers as well as volunteers to help with the Hall of Fame banquet and auction, spirit building, senior night, and more. Anyone interested can contact Lynn Masterson at 208-568-1802 or just come to a meeting at the fire station.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. The Bulldogs lead 26-8, minute and a half to go in the first half here on senior night. St. Mary's needs to come up with an answer for the Bulldogs, but they're having a hard time finding one right now. Kicking off will be Ike. And we have an offside, I believe, on them.
Yep.
Offside on the Bulldogs. That'll move it back 5.
So the Bulldogs will move it 5 yards back. So they'll be kicking from the 35. Both teams have now had an offsides. Penalties-wise, I think we're about even as far as penalties that can hurt, but the difference is the Bulldogs have gotten themselves out of their holes when they've had bad penalties.
Definitely.
St. Mary's had that one that put them back, and they couldn't get out of that hole. Ike to kick off. It's kind of a low kick. Grimaldo fields it at the 30. Takes it to the far side. It's a reverse handoff to Brock Anderson, and Anderson will be across the 40 up to about the 44. And we'll give Brock the return.
Brock got hurt on that.
He's a little slow to get up.
Yeah, he's going to go off on his own, but it looks like he might have hurt his wrist when he was grabbing it. He got pretty much hammered into the ground on that.
Up to the 45. That's where St. Mary's will start. 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line with 1:22 to go in the quarter and a half. Wyatt Holmes near side is a wide receiver. Top of the formation is Marsh. Barta goes into the pistol. Gibson behind him. Takes the snap. Hands off to Gibson. A little bit of a bad snap and kind of messes up the mesh and everything, and Gibson's going to be tackled for a loss there on that one. Doesn't happen often with Trey, but that was a 2-yard loss. Second down and 12. They're going to give Troy Benefield the tackle, the junior for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's not in no hurry, surprisingly. I would think they'd be a little bit more, being down. You want to try to get a score before half with this time that you have. They should have 2 timeouts left. 2 receivers for the Lumberjacks, 1 to each side. Barta under center. Bulldogs jump off side.
That'll stop the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 7 now for the Lumberjacks. I think it was Poxleitner got a little bit jumpy there and jumped across. He's one of them linebackers on this near side. After he jumped across, he clapped his hands. Knew.
Yeah,
Dang
he
it.
knew it.
They got
he knew
me.
it.
1 receiver each side for St. Mary's. Barta under center. Takes the snap. Hands off. Gibson, a little stutter at the line, then powers forward. He's keeping them legs churning, and it's a tough spot, 3 or 4 for Gibson.
That's probably going to be the last play.
Up to the 50,
Oh,
48 of the Bulldogs. So about a 4-yard pickup. Lumberjacks take a timeout. 11 seconds. I'm really surprised. I mean, why?
Well, they were. It didn't seem like they were all that concerned a moment ago.
You have 1:30. You get to let so much time run off after that one play. Unless you're planning on bringing out some sort of a tricky play here to try to catch the Bulldogs offside. A little flea flicker or swinging gate or. St. Mary's takes that timeout, though. They've got 1 left after that, but I don't really think they're going to need it. 11 seconds left on the clock before halftime. At halftime, we have our senior spotlight interview with Roan Ford. He is quick and decisive with his answers, so it's not a very long interview.
Rowan doesn't say a lot, Tim.
Well, honestly, I didn't know I'd even be able to get him to do an interview, but I asked him. He said, okay. He just didn't seem like one of those kids that would want to do it, but he was good to go, so. Looks like the Lumberjacks have a receiver to each side. Looks like it's Marsh to the top, Holmes to the bottom. Barta in the pistol with Gibson behind him. 3rd down and about a yard and a half. Barta takes a snap, looks to throw. He's going to go deep. Marsh is in the open. Marsh is hit out of bounds, and is that going to stop the clock? Down to the 20-yard line. Nice catch there for the Lumberjacks. That was a 28-yard pickup.
Marsh, the receiver, 1st down Lumberjack.
4 seconds left on the clock, though. You almost wish they would have. I mean, they probably wish they would have not taken as much time off in that one huddle. They just haven't given themselves much time now that they're down there.
Well, this is going to be the last play. I don't see anything getting another one off.
So you have Julian Grimaldo to the near side, Wyatt Holmes top of the formation for wide receivers, Pistol for Barta. Gibson, of course, in the backfield, takes a snap, looking towards looking to Grimaldo's side. It's intercepted in the end zone, and that is the end of the half. At halftime, it's 26-8 in favor of the Bulldogs. We'll take a break, come back with our senior spotlight. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Maries community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Maries choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Maries. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries at 105 North 8th Street, St. Maries.
And it's time for our senior spotlight. Today's senior spotlight is Lumberjack senior Rowan Ford. Rowan, what sports do you play?
I just play football.
Only football, huh? Well, I guess that's an easy answer for the next question. Which one is your favorite?
Oh, it's my favorite because it just means the most to me and just only one where you can go out and hit someone.
What has playing sports taught you?
That just always prove that you're better than the person in front of you and that you can always outwork someone even if you don't have the talent.
What was your favorite thing about playing sports?
Hitting someone.
Hitting someone, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
What's your least favorite thing?
I'm going to go injuries. They're not very fun. They hurt.
Then you don't get to play.
Yeah. No.
Well, it depends, yeah, true. What are your goals this year on and off the field?
My goal is I want to be all conference for sure, and then I'd really like to be all state and hopefully win a state title this year.
All right, we're talking with Rowan Ford, our senior spotlight. We'll take a quick break and be back with more.
Tax time is here again. I know, it's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Tired of wasting your money on credit card processing fees? Call Flat Creek Payments. We will help you reduce or eliminate your credit card processing fees. Take a moment to review those fees you paid last month. You know, the ones that slipped through the cracks. Now imagine having all that money back in your pocket. Sounds awesome, right? Let Flat Creek Payments make that dream a reality. Call Flat Creek Payments today, 208-695-1056. That's 208-695-1056. Flat Creek Payments.
And it's the senior spotlight. We're talking with Lumberjack senior Rowan Ford. What are your plans after high school?
I plan to attend U of I and study fire science.
What is your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject in school is advanced fit, which is pretty self-explanatory there.
Who's someone you might look up to?
James Oderkirk. I one day plan to work as hard as he can, and he's the reason why I don't like swimming anymore.
What is your most memorable moment?
Tef's speech after we beat Grangeville last year. Truly the most memorable.
And do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Coach Rouse, Coach Teff, Coach West, Donovan for all that they've done for me.
All right, this has been our senior spotlight with Lumberjack senior Rowan Ford. We want to wish you good luck for the rest of your season and beyond high school. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck.
Thank you.
We'll take another break, and we'll be back with more. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Any adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Maries Sun Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Sun Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. For safety and training information, see your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler drops in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
And we are back. It is halftime here at Lumberjack Field. The Bulldogs off to a fast start against the Lumberjacks tonight, 26-8. Bulldogs lead at the half, and it's been tough going for St. Mary's. They've not been able to get a lot going offensively, and they have not been able to get the stops on defense that they need. The Lumberjacks have just a total of 137 yards in the first half on 24 plays, 38 yards passing, 99 yards rushing. 4 first downs for St. Mary's. Third down efficiency is 20%, 1 for 5. Fourth down efficiency is 50%, 1 for 2. St. Mary's has 2 turnovers. Both of those were interceptions. 5 penalties for 35 yards for the Lumberjacks. For the Bulldogs, they've ran 34 plays, 301 total yards, 112 passing, 189 rushing. They've been balanced pretty nicely. 12 first downs. They're 3 for 5 on third down for 60%, 2 for 2 on fourth down for 100%. They have no turnovers as of yet, 4 penalties for 36 yards. Jack Barta, 5 of 8, throwing 38 yards and 2 INTs, interceptions. Trey Gibson, the senior, 10 carries, 97 yards and a touchdown, long of 66. Julian Grimaldo, 1 rush for 3 yards. Hayden DeFort has 1 carry, no gain, and Jack Barta has 1 for -1 on the carries. Milo Marsh receiving, 1 catch for 28 yards. Trey Gibson, 2 catches for 8 yards. And Jarrett Brebner has 2 catches for 2 yards along of 4. I'm not going to go over defensive stats because they're not usually very accurate at this point in time. Passing for the Bulldogs, Goa Koa, 6 of 8 for 112 yards and a touchdown. Poxleitner has 16 carries for 103 yards on the ground. Carter Munt has 2 carries. 1 of them is for 4 yards and a touchdown. And then there was another carry, but I thought it was Munt, but maybe it was Legorata that had that other big reverse. There's 4 other carries for guys not on the roster for the Bulldogs for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. So there's that. 53 is one of those length ones, and I think that might have been Legarata. And again, we're not going to go over tackles because it's just not accurate here. I do the official stats for huddle for the team, and sometimes not everybody shows up properly on the huddle stats program for either team necessarily. So I can't go over. This has actually been the best it's been for one of our games so far between the two teams. So it's nice to have it when we're giving that feed to the Bulldog fans up in Grangeville on Big Country 92.7 KORT. You're listening to Lumberjack football also here on KOFE 1240 AM in St. Mary's. Also our YouTube audio stream and on the NFHS network cameras. We've got about 5 minutes until the second half. See if Lumberjacks can make some adjustments defensively and get a stop against this tough Bulldog team. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Do you need help finding that perfect gift? Looking for that personalized touch? Come to Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's and let us fill your balloons. Not only does Jack's carry all of your gift and party supplies, but we're here to serve you with all your personal care items. Come in and let our personal care experts help you find just what you need from our wide selection. If we don't have it, we can get it. Plan your party at Jack's Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today.
And we are back. And in my pregame stuff, I'd actually went and got some information for upcoming Grangeville Bulldogs schedules. I didn't get to give that yet. So for Grangeville, their volleyball team is hosting Kellogg tonight. Then they will be at the P and Lintel Spike-Off tomorrow at Genesee. And then they will be hosting Priest River on the 13th. Football for Grangeville, they'll be hosting Kellogg next Friday. And, of course, just like with St. Mary's, Soccer District starts Monday in Post Falls at Real Life Ministries Field for both of the boys and girls soccer teams. So we want to wish good luck to the Bulldog athletes in their schedules next week. And we wanted to make sure that we get a little bit of information out there for your guys' upcoming schedules as well, as I'm sure that Jim Church and them would have been giving you guys a little bit of your upcoming schedules for the Bulldogs. As the Bulldogs back out on the field, I haven't seen St. Mary's come out of the locker room yet. I don't know if I'd want to be in that locker room this evening, as it's probably getting a little bit of chewing, but we'll see what the Lumberjacks can do when they come back out. St. Mary's will have to kick off to the Bulldogs in the second half. Now, we know St. Mary's does try a lot of onside kicking, so we'll see if that comes to fruition and the Lumberjacks do that onside kick. Let's look at another one of our seniors. It is Milo Marsh. His guardians are Matt and Anna Marsh, 7 years of playing football. After graduation, Milo plans to attend a trade school. Activities in school include football and baseball. His most memorable moment is Dylan's pick six in the first quarter in his first game as a corner. He'd like to thank his parents, his coaches, his family, his friends, and all of his teammates throughout the years. And one more senior, Jackson Nantel. His guardians are Ryan and Kathy Nantel. He has 5 years of playing football. He plans to attend a Nazarene college to play football and study youth ministry. Lumberjacks coming back out on the field. We had a Lumberjack player that was injured over on the bench still during halftime. I'm trying to check numbers to see. I think it might be Brock Anderson. We hope that he is okay, as he was banged up on that one kick return earlier. Anyways, back to Nantel. His most memorable moment is Teff's speech in the locker room after beating Grangeville last year. He would like to thank his mom, his dad, his brothers, Sawyer and Carter, the Teff family, Cody, Emma, Jenny, and Craig, Sammy, Christy, Sabrina, Trey, Riley, Roan, Brock, Wyatt, Julian, Jarrett, Hayden, Xavier, Russell, and the rest of his teammates, Wes, Donovan, Starr, and all of his coaches throughout the years, and above all, his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That is St. Maries Lumberjack Senior, Jackson Nantel. Both teams back out on the field. Like I said, St. Maries will be kicking off to start the second half. Bulldogs will get the chance on offense again. St. Maries has not had much luck in stopping the Bulldogs. I think they have scored on every possession that they have had. So, see what adjustments St. Maries can make coming out at halftime and see if Lumberjacks can get a, like I said, defensive stop here against a tough Bulldog team. Both teams just kind of milling around the sidelines right now, huddled up with their coaches, getting some last-minute instructions before they start the second half. I'm sure the coach for the Bulldogs is probably telling them to be mindful of that onside kick to start the second half. Somebody get on that ball quick and cover it up. Don't let it become a free ball out there bouncing around for the Lumberjacks to get a chance at. And that's probably what the coaches over there are going over with the Lumberjacks before they go to kickoff. They're probably saying the opposite. Get to that ball on the kickoff. Waiting to see. They're still kind of milling around out there. A little bit of an update there on Brock. He is going to go get checked out at the hospital. So we hope that Brock is well, and we hope to see him back out here on the field. This is his senior year. One tough kid, fun kid to watch, and you'd hate to see an injury that would maybe keep him out of the rest of his football season, but any of his other sports. He is a heck of a wrestler, heck of a baseball player as well. So, Brock, if you're getting a chance to hear us, we hope that you are okay, buddy, and hope to see you back out here quickly. Lumberjacks will be kicking from right to left. Of course, Riley Abel will do the kickoff duties. Back for the Bulldogs, they just have one man back, and that is Carter Munch for the Bulldogs. Riley lines the Lumberjacks up. The whistle blows on the way to the ball. The kick is off. Oh, Riley just bends over at the 40 as that ball rolls about 2 feet off the tee. And that's not how you want that onside kick to go, but it was just kind of funny how it happened. The Bulldogs will have the ball at the Lumberjack 42-yard line. So not the kickoff, or not the, about the 42-yard line. So not what you want to have happen, because the Bulldogs are now on St. Mary's side of the field to start the second half. I'm just going to call it a fair catch because there's nobody there to tackle anybody. And the Bulldogs have pretty good starting field position after the 2-yard kick by Riley. 2 receivers near side, one to the far side. Coming out, back, going deep, far side. Good coverage. And, the late flag comes out. I was wondering, and the Lumberjack fans probably don't like the call, but Aiden never did get his head around. Clark muted me there.
You didn't want to hear him anyway. Bad words coming out, no.
But, Hayden DeFort was in coverage, and he had great coverage. If he would have turned his head and looked for that ball, they probably don't throw the flag, but he didn't do so. So it's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Bulldogs. He was right in the receiver's hip pocket all the way down the field. 3 receivers set for the Bulldogs. Goakoa hands off Poxleitner. Poxleitner right up the middle. He shakes off Gibson, gets the edge, and 2 plays and a touchdown for the Bulldogs to start the second half. And that's Poxleitner's first touchdown of the game. He has all the yards for St. Mary's for the Bulldogs, but that's his first touchdown. So it looks like St. Mary's may have 2 injuries in because we just got word about Brock Anderson, but there's still another player for St. Mary's over on the
was it his
sideline.
wrist?
He is going to get checked out for his wrist. 2-point conversion attempt for the Bulldogs. Man in motion. Goakoa keeps it himself, finds a little gap, and I think he's got it. He does. 2-point conversion is good on the keeper by the number 2 of Goakoa. So the Bulldogs come out and strike fast. 34-8, they lead the Lumberjacks here early second half. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
And we are back, and, well, I don't know if the Lumberjacks didn't get to really get much time to enact their changes there in their adjustments they made as the Bulldogs 2 plays into the end zone.
Well, it's not looking good tonight, Tim, for St. Mary's. Grangeville fans, you'll want to stay with us, of course, because your team's winning.
So, kicking off for the Bulldogs is the number 24 of Terry Ike. He is a junior. Back deep for the Lumberjacks, Grimaldo and Gibson. Bulldogs have always been a thorn in Lumberjack side in football and in basketball. St. Mary's was going to be received at the 26 by Grimaldo, reverses field, and he's kind of going to go backwards to about the 25-yard line. Trying to reverse field, get back to the other side, ends up costing them yardage. I'll mark that right at the 25-yard line. Bulldogs have always been a thorn in the side of the Lumberjacks in football and in basketball as well. They've had some tough games, but St. Mary's holds the record in head-to-head in basketball, but not by a lot. And he gets the snap, hand off to Gibson. Gibson trying to spin off tacklers.
Good enough to win enough district championships over the years.
Been some battles with the Bulldogs throughout all of our sports.
Well, now that Kellogg is in the same league, it's going to make it even more interesting.
Trey Gibson picks up about 2.5, 3 yards on the carry. Yeah, and it was rumored that Kellogg was only going to be in our league for 2 more years, but I think with the change of the classifications next year, it actually keeps Kellogg in our league for the foreseeable future. Get a offside.
And a jump by Grangeville.
By the Bulldogs. That's number 82. I don't have him on the roster.
Encroachment by Grangeville, 5-yard penalty.
The Bulldogs will give up 5 yards to St. Mary's on the penalty. 2nd and 2 for the Lumberjacks now. St. Mary's breaks the huddle. 2nd and short. 1 receiver to the near side, 1 to the far side. Barta goes under center. Takes the snap, pitches out to Gibson. Gibson trying to get the edge with his speed. He's got good blocking out there. He's got room to run. He hurdles. One guy still on the feet. 30, 25, 10-5, touchdown. Lumberjack. Trey Gibson with the big run.
You can only contain him so long, Tim. He had a lot of daylight on that left side or that sweep.
Yeah, I don't know who it was that threw a pretty good block out here at the edge of the sideline, at the edge of the line down here. But that really opened it up. And Gibson had to hurdle a Bulldog laying on the ground. And then it was off to the races down the sideline. A great run. I didn't get to see it. It was a 67-yard gain for Gibson. And Lumberjacks going for two. Quick little throw, looking for Holmes there to break the play up was Legarata, and that was a good defense by the Bulldogs on the 2-point attempt. So the Lumberjacks make it a 20-point game, which is still a deep hole, 34-14, with 10:23, but not a lot of time off the clock here in the second half.
2 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes.
I mean, if St. Mary's can get their defense going just a little bit, Clark, but they haven't shown they can yet this evening. So,
well, their offense, other than this play, has not had a lot to
that's
either.
true. But that could be a spark for the Lumberjacks.
Well,
who knows? I'm always down for a good comeback story.
Well,
and this would be a big one if they could pull it off. But they've got a lot of work ahead of them still. Like I said, it's still a 3-score game, right? 3-score.
Yeah.
Regardless, you had to freak out the toes on that one, you know. So St. Mary's will get to kick off. Let's
I
see
always keep forgetting to bring that calculator for you, Tim.
What do they call those other things?
Abacus.
Yeah, an abacus. There we go. Let's see if Riley can kick this one more than 4 yards. Poor guy. You weren't up here yet, but he tried to get the top of that to get it to bounce and just whiffed it just enough to where the ball just about 2 yards, and he just been over like, gosh darn it. Riley, a pretty good kid. Fun to talk to during practices. Riley lines up the Lumberjacks. Full 8-ball. Going to get a good one this time, but it's got to go 10. St. Mary's has a chance. It goes out of bounds. Did it, or did St. Mary's get it? They didn't throw a flag.
It's Grangeville's ball.
Grangeville must have touched it before it went out of bounds.
After the short kickoff.
So onside kick recovered by the Bulldogs at the 47 of Grangeville. Only I can think of is the Bulldog must have dove for it and it must have came off of him, turning it into a definitely. I mean, it's a live ball anyways, but it, I guess. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but it did go out of bounds, I think. Doesn't matter. 1st and 10, Bulldog 47. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Goakoa brings the man in motion. Carter Munt hands it off to him. He's going to get to the edge. Short side of the field. A little bit tougher to find running room that way.
He still ended up with 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, getting tackled out of bounds by Gibson. That's a tough direction to run the ball to when you don't have as much room to set the edge, and they picked up, it looks like 6. 2 receivers top, 1 to the bottom. Goakoa hands it off. Poxleitner dances through the hole. We do have a flag. Cole Arnold with the tackle.
Poxleitner on the carry. Cole Arnold on the tackle for the Giants.
Cole Arnold, but I think we get a hold against the Bulldogs.
Holding is a call against the Bulldogs.
So they're going to move that back 10 yards from, I think, the spot of the foul. That's going to be at the 44.
So 2nd and 13.
One receiver to the top, 2 to the bottom. Carter Munt is the outside receiver here on the near side. Goakoa in the pistol. Running back, Poxleitner behind him. Little hard count action there. Got the linebackers to jump up, but luckily the defensive line held their water. Now he goes under, talks to his center. I'm not sure what he does there. He's talking about telling him something. Snap. Going to look to throw it into the flat. It's bounced off the head of Cole Darnold as the Lumberjacks. It was like a little bit of a screen play out there to the flat. It's incomplete. And Cole Darnold was coming back untouched. That's why I have to assume it was a screen. And that ball bounced like off his helmet or his shoulder pads. So he had a good defensive play there without even knowing he had a good defensive play there, you know?
Way to use your head.
Brings up 3rd and 13, but St. Mary's hasn't been able to. I mean, the Bulldogs have been in a couple of long situations, so St. Mary's needs to get a stop.
This still could be 2 down for Grangeville.
Possibly. 2 receivers near, 2 to the top. They go to a little bit more of a 4-receiver look. Can I hand it off? Poxleitner. Poxleitner met in the hole. I'm going to say Plant and Gibson on the tackle. I think no gain.
No, about a yard maybe. No, they'll say no gain.
I think I said Plant and Gibson. So I was going to give credit to on that one.
Do they have a punter? They haven't had to use them tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be Carter Munt. He's the one that
looks like he's going back there now. Watch out for the fake.
Gibson
just to give it back to us.
Gibson goes back deep. Grimaldo goes in between. High snap. Munt gets it pulled down, and it's blocked. Can they advance it?
What's that about?
I'm not sure. I don't know if they could advance it.
Okay. The referee, he's the one that's indicating what's going on here.
Is there a block? Yeah, there's a block on here, but I'm not sure who blocked it. I don't know. They're marking it there, so I guess he could advance it. But so St. Mary's will take over at about their own 45. So that was close to St. Mary's giving up a first down. You got a fan out there saying they can't advance the ball. So, I don't read up the rule book, so I'm not sure on that one. St. Mary's has the ball, though. 1 receiver to the near side. Barta under center. Gibson in the backfield takes snap, hands off to Gibson. Gibson runs into a bunch of Bulldogs. I think one of them in there was Benefield.
All the Bulldogs went down. Gibson stayed up.
He still only got about 2 yards on the carry, though. Oh, no, it looks like 3.
Benefield's on the tackle.
Benefield with the tackle. Now we have the clock goofed up. That doesn't ever happen.
No, not here.
38 minutes to go. That gives St. Mary's plenty of time for a comeback in the third quarter. What was it at, Clark? About 9 something?
It was around 8:40 or something like that, I thought.
Well, folks, this might be one of those second halves that we may not have a clock until the 4th, so we'll keep you up unless they do get it changed. He's saying 8:32 or 8:42. Actually, if the 8:32 part is right, just leave it.
Now it's down
to 30 seconds. But I'm gonna say if that 8:30, if it was the 8:32 part was right, then I would have just left it at 30, knowing that it was 8 minutes. Once that gets down to 0, hit the horn. Now it's back to 38 minutes.
And so
we won't come off. It's 8:32. The 3 won't come off.
I think.
Okay, so they're saying it's 8:32 left in the quarter.
You want to set your timer so we kind of have an idea, or no?
I don't mind.
I mean, you have to
keep an eye on
stopping it when there's a stoppage. But so 8:32 to go in the third. 34-14, Lumberjacks trail. Bulldogs on defense. St. Mary's second and about 7. They're actually going to run it like that with the 8:29, the way it is up there, Clark.
Good. Just got a text from the Andersons.
1 receiver near side.
They're going to keep us surprised what's going on. He's getting an X-ray.
Looks like a run by Gibson again. A couple more yards. Brings up third and about 5. Yeah, once again, we're thinking of you, Brock. Hopefully it comes out okay. Never is good to end up getting hurt on your senior year, especially when you're a 3-sport athlete.
Definitely, you need your hands and wrists for wrestling, of course, too.
1 receiver to each side for St. Mary's. 3rd and 5 from the 50. We'll probably go this 4th down, 2 down territory, of course. Ooh, did St. Mary's move there? One of the Bulldogs flinched, but
the thing is they were lured into it, and they cannot do that either. So there's not encroachment. Some of the fans are calling for there. So now we got 3rd and 10.
Yeah, you can't really. I mean, you got to try to prove that defensive lineman was trying to. Trying to do that. So Lumberjacks back to 3rd and 10 now. Still probably in 4 down territory regardless. got Milo Marsh. Looks like he's going to be in tight as a wide receiver. Then Grimaldo to the near side. Barta in the pistol. Barta takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going to go to, well, he thought about going to Marsh. He ends up going to Marsh. It's incomplete. Well, Marsh wasn't open yet, and he tried to give him a little bit more time, and he still didn't get open. Again, I think these plays are somewhat designed to go to a particular receiver, but maybe you split that one out to Gibson, who is a little bit open on the flat. He may not have picked up a lot, but he might have picked up a little bit. St. Mary's going for it, 4th and 10. One receiver near side, one to the top of the formation. 7:02 to go in the third. St. Mary's trails 34-14. Gibson, direct snap. He's going to keep it himself. Tries to cut up field, and I'm surprised he didn't keep going outside, but I can't see what he sees, obviously. So, was it a fake punt? I didn't see Riley back there. Oh, he is in there. So, it was a fake punt. I think Gibson gained maybe a yard, and that was it. So, Lumberjacks turn it over. 1st and 10 going the other way for the Bulldogs now. They will be right at the Lumberjack 45-yard line. I'm kind of not surprised, but I think in practice they've worked on a fake on a pass out of the fake punt as well. I mean, you've already shown the fake punt run once.
Well, and if you don't do it a lot of times, doesn't mean they're going to recognize it either. 2 receivers near side. Man goes in motion for the Bulldogs. That's Munt. Going to be hand off to Poxliner coming near side. Everybody's kind of biting on that guy going the other way. And Poxliner picks up 5, tackled by Gibson and Brebner.
Trey Gibson. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 now for Grangeville.
2nd and about 5 for the Bulldogs, maybe 6. Yeah, I was watching that time, and they kind of bit on that motion of Munt going the other way. Again, Munt is on this far side. He's the outside receiver on a 2-receiver set this way. Goes in motion again. Fakes the handoff, pitch out to Munt. And he's going to be, he gets out of a couple of tackles. Going to be brought down by Ford. It's a 1st down.
These guys are hard to tackle tonight.
1st down, Bulldogs.
Picks up about 7. I think Rowan Ford was out there, one of the guys to make the tackle.
1st and 10, Grangeville from the Lumberjack 34.
Maybe even Gibson. Was too far across the full field. I know I've seen Brebner. I'm going to start with Brebner next. Hopefully I can clean it up on looking at the film later. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs now. Looks like they're at the 34 of St. Mary's. 5:39 to go, 3rd quarter. Going to get a run off the far side. Poxleitner? No, yeah, Poxleitner again probably.
Poxleitner on a carry for Grangeville.
I got to where I was watching Munt down here as he stepped backwards like a look of a little screenplay on a pass to the near side. About a 6-yard pickup. Didn't catch who made that tackle for Lumberjack. 2nd and 4 for St. Mary's, or for Grangeville. Goakoa in the pistol. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Munt comes into motion, moves up. They hand it off to Poxleitner. Poxleitner finds a big hole. He picks up a nice chunk. Big tackle by Gerard Dittman. Looks like he got enough for the 1st.
Poxleitner on the carry, tackled by Dittman.
Got about 5 yards on the pickup.
1st and 10, Bulldogs from the Lumberjack 20.
A lot of tackles having to be made by the Lumberjack secondary on the run game, and doesn't bode well for you.
No.
2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Munt goes in motion again. Hand off to Poxleitner near side. Lumberjacks all followed that motion again. It seemed like Gerard makes that tackle. Another 4 or 5 yard pickup by Poxleitner. Ooh, okay, I was way off on that one. That was a 9-yard pickup. Jeez, just that angle looks so odd from here, I guess. Bulldogs way down in Lumberjack territory. Looks like they should be on about the 14. The scoreboard says on the 11, so that's where I'll change it to. Again, 2 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far side. Goakoa in the pistol, takes the snap. No motion this time. Hand it off to Coxleitner, and it's going to be Gibson and Brebner on the tackle.
Still another nice game out of nothing.
Yeah.
First and goal from the 9.
They pick up a couple of yards.
It's on the 9 now, Tim.
Who did I say made the tackle? Gibson and was it just Gibson?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. First and goal from the 9-yard line. Bulldogs flipping up their formation now. They put their 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Near side receiver this time is in tight, and it's going to be a handoff to Carter Muntz, and he's going to be tackled at about the 5 or 4 by Grimaldo. And I thought he was going to take it into the end zone, honestly, but
tackled by Grimaldo.
Grimaldo gets that tackle. And I don't know what's going on, but it just looks like St. Mary's is biting on a lot of the fake action that they're giving them in the backfield. And a lot of that has just been the fact that their run game has been effective.
There's been a lot of misdirection.
We've got Cole Darnold going off the field, either his helmet or something else going on, so they've got to substitute him out for a minute. Coming in for him, I can't tell. Might be Noah Gravy. 1 receiver near side. Nope, 2 new receivers near side. 1 to the far side. Goakoa in the pistol. He has Poxleitner behind him. Poxleitner has been like the Bulldogs' Gibson. You know, he's the workhorse for Grangeville. Hand off to Poxleitner. Little side step, dances into the end zone.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are trying to get a flag after that, as I think might have been Brebner or Grimaldo wrapped him up and couldn't quite hear the whistle going as he had him in his grasp and threw him down. But touchdown for Grangeville. 4-yard run by Poxleitner. 2:16 to go in the third. Score is 40-14 in favor of Grangeville. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side on the 2-point try. Goakoa looking to throw. Goes that far side. Nice defensive play by DeFort as he slaps that away. And it'll be no good on the 2-point conversion. 40-14, Lumberjacks trail here on senior night.
2:16 left in the quarter.
2:16 to go in the third. We'll be back in 1 minute.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, "Go Lumberjack!" Cold weather is coming, and 10th Street Lumber has what you need. From super premium pellets to energy logs and fireplaces, 10th Street Lumber will help you stay warm all winter long. North Idaho energy logs and stove pellets are the best of the best. 100% natural with no chemicals and burn cleaner, hotter, and longer. If you need a new stove, 10th Street Lumber is a proud Kuma stove supplier. Kuma wood stoves are made right here in Idaho and are some of the best on the market. 10th Street Lumber in St. Maries. Stop by today. Located on 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Maries.
So Terry Ike will kick off for the Bulldogs. Back deep for the Lumberjacks. Of course, it is Gibson and Grimaldo waiting about their own 19. Kick is a high, short one. Going to take a bounce. Gibson's going to pick it up at about the 23. Up the middle for Gibson. Looks for some room. He gets the edge. Can he get the return for a touchdown? He's got to be one guy. That's Williams. Williams tries, and he shakes him off. Gibson for the touchdown return on the kickoff. Trey Gibson with the, well, let's see here. He picked that up. Where did I say?
That's a 22.
Big return for Trey Gibson. It doesn't tell us the distance. Oh, yeah, 78-yard return.
After that,
Hush, Clark, hush. The Lumberjacks may be trailing, but they've had some big plays that make things interesting and fun, at least here in the booth. 2:02 to go in the third. The Lumberjacks cut the score in half, 40-20. One receiver to each side of the formation. Barta in the pistol. Gibson lined up behind him. I'm surprised he's not out getting a breather. Some oxygen. High snap. Barta pulls it down, and that's kind of really messed up the play there. I think it was supposed to be a pass. Nobody to find out there, and the two-point conversion is no good. But the first kickoff return for a touchdown for the Lumberjacks this year comes from Trey Gibson. Go figure. 2:02 to go, and it's 40-20. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
And we are back. St. Mary's trails 40-20. They're keeping it interesting. They still need a little bit of help for a good defensive stop, a quick stop, a turnover. They need some quick things to happen.
That hasn't been happening.
No, it hasn't. But
Grangeville's been quite methodical with their driving the ball down the field.
Well, they've scored, I think, all but one possession, right?
Yes.
They did punt once.
That is correct.
One thing I forgot to do tonight was turn my GoPro on to record the game, but that's okay. Somewhat okay. I could start it, yeah. Why not? I like to clip a GoPro to the window up here and record the games with our audio in it just for the fun. And so Riley Abel kicks off for St. Mary's. That kick is going to be way too short and out of bounds.
Kickoff goes out of bounds, short of the 10 yards.
Goes out of bounds and short of the 10 yards out of bounds.
First and 10 Grangeville at the
Grangeville will
47.
have it at the Lumberjack 47-yard line.
It just makes it a lot tougher to get back into the game when you're giving Grangeville only half a field to move on.
And 2:02 to go. Actually, it's the 47. No, it's up about the
44.
First and 10 Bulldogs at the Lumberjack
43.
Put it at 43. Bulldogs with two receivers near side, one to the top of the formation. Goakoa takes this. It's a reverse handoff to Wasmuth, and it's not going to go for as many yards as the other ones have gone for.
9 yards still is very effective.
Still picks up 9. Freddie Plant, one of the guys on the tackle, and I think the other one was Wyatt Holmes.
By Wasmuth. Gain of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I think I said Plant and Holmes on that tackle. Brings up 2nd and short for the Bulldogs. Same formation, two receivers near side, one to the top. Goakoa gives a handoff to Poxleitner, cuts up, gets through a couple of Lumberjacks, and is going to get the first down. Tackled by the 55 of High.
Down to about the 26 of St. Mary's.
Jaden High on the tackle for St. Mary's. First down, Bulldogs.
Yep, down to the
First and 10 on Lumberjack 26.
26. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Yeah, got a pass going to the far side. Good coverage. Brebner, though, not getting his head turned around. Or was that Brebner or DeFort? DeFort doesn't get his head around, and it's incomplete, but it's going to be a first down and a 15-yard pickup for the Bulldogs. Has been something that they have talked about in after some of the last games with your pass defense. He's been in I think that's the second one on Brevner tonight, and he's had great position. He just does not get that head around to look for the ball.
No.
And the clock ran out, but now it says 32 again. So it's the end of the third.
The score, the Bulldogs 40, the Jacks 20.
And I'm pretty sure that this is going to be right when I do that. So it'll be 1st and 10, it should be, for the Bulldogs. It's going to be not on the 26. It's probably going to be up around the 11, but we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
And we are back. Yeah, I don't know if I was, as St. Mary's, like you said, they've had some trouble. I know you want to try to steal a possession away on those onside kicks, but it hasn't worked yet this evening, sadly, and you've just been giving Grangeville a shorter field.
Not that they needed a shorter field. They've been doing it from 70 yards also a couple times too. So they've just been emphatic in taking them apart in this game.
40-20 going into the fourth quarter. Bulldogs lead. So at the beginning of this game could be whether or not you make it into the playoffs. And right now the Bulldogs have that upper hand.
Well, they've placed it on what appears to be the 13 or 12-yard line, 13-yard line.
Yeah,
so
originally when I put that in there for my thing, it showed 11, so close there. Going to get a handoff to Poxleitner. Bulldogs do a good job of breaking that line down on that side, and I think he's down just short, but he's going to be down to about the 1-yard line, is Poxleitner.
So that'll make it 1st and goal.
Romaldo on the tackle.
I said the Bulldogs have been collapsing the line on the side. You know what I mean? They're doing a good job on their blocking.
They've been putting some holes that have made it real easy for Poxleitner to get through. And he is just quick.
And they do have big boys. I mean, Bulldogs have a big front line. They're all looking like they're 6'2", 6'3", 200 and something pounds. Poxleitner with the carry this time, but he's going to be wrapped up and dropped. Gibson cleans up the tackle. So I don't know if Rowan Ford had part of that too.
So that was their 2-point attempt?
No, that was...
the chain game looked like that's where they were going.
I'm going to give that tackle to Gibson. One Lumberjack stood him up. I didn't see who it was. And Gibson, he slipped out of that guy's hands, and then Gibson came in and cleaned it up. But I don't know if they lost any yardage or not. Same formation. Man goes in motion, hands off Poxleitner again. Stood up again. Freddie Plant, the first man to him, and I think Cole Darnold in there as well.
Freddie's had a good game tonight.
No gain. Yeah, I've been trying to pay attention to my defensive players tonight, but we'll see what happens with the talk about a player of the game. Handoff to, Rowan Ford mad at himself on now, and they hand it off to Carter Munt on a sweep, and Ford had him in the backfield, just slipped out of him, just missed the tackle. And Carter Munt walks in. Rowan Ford slapping his helmet afterwards going, man, because he knew he just couldn't get a hold of him. 2-point conversion attempt coming, Goakoa. Throws it in wide open number 3. That is Clement with the conversion. So it's 48-20, Lumberjacks trail, and we've got
10 minutes, basically 10 minutes and 2 seconds.
Okay, if they did set
that 3 has been a 1. It's supposed to be a 1 tonight. I picked up on their little trick.
Oh, so we've got about 10 minutes left in the contest. St. Mary's trails 48-20. We'll be back in 30.
Looking for a hard-working, reputable, licensed, and insured construction company in Benoit County? Need a remodel, pole barn, or deck? Whatever your construction needs may be, Colton Construction LLC is waiting for your call. 208-315-7333. Colton Construction LLC, licensed, insured, and ready to give you your free estimate today. Give them a call, 208-315-7333. That's 208-315-7333. Colton Construction LLC. Ask about their military discount.
And, of course, back deep for the Lumberjacks, Gibson and Grimaldo, as we've got just about 10 minutes left in this contest. The Bulldogs solidly in control, 48-20 over the Lumberjacks here tonight on senior night. Terry Ike to tee the ball up to kick it for Grangeville. Kick is a low, fielded by, who is that? That's number, I'm not sure, number 6, Colt Arnold. And I didn't see where he fielded that at, probably about the 26.
It looked like around the 30 or maybe 26. That's up to you.
I'm going to say the 26 brings that ball up to
45.
45. I was expecting him to run forward and let Gibson come up behind him and catch that, but he says, I'm taking this one. 19-yard kick return for Colt Arnold. 26. Why did I say 26? There we go. One receiver each side for St. Mary's. Barta goes under center. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Barta loses the hand in the snap, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. I'm just going to call that a run.
Loss of a yard.
Loss of a yard for Barta. 2nd and 11 now. Been meaning to try to pay attention, but I haven't. And I haven't called his name tonight, but Cody Teff was cleared to play, so I'm not sure if I've seen a number 3 in there this evening. No, plays usually on the D-line. High snap. Yeah, Barta pulls it down. Little reverse actions. They flip it back to Grimaldo.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was legal on the tackles right there, but they don't call nothing, so they.
That's just a tackle.
Carter Mudd picks him up and suplexes him. Not really. It wasn't quite that aggressive, but.
You sure thought so for a moment there.
Yeah, I was.
3rd and 16.
They've been following that ball all night long.
No, my hat's off to Grangeville. They've been all over everything. Their defense, they've got a really fast defense. One receiver to each side for St. Mary's, 3rd and long. Barta takes the snap, looks to throw, has time, cross the middle, and there's going to be penalty flag.
Oh, my.
Well, I know he might have somewhat been able to look at the ball, but he did.
I didn't think it was a catchable ball.
Oh, maybe not a catchable ball.
That was my thinking on that.
Incomplete, but St. Mary's is going to get the benefit of a pass interference call on the Bulldogs. It'll be 3rd down, but 3rd more manageable. It's 15 yards. So it'll be 3rd, and I don't think it's 2, but we'll see. No, it is. It's 3rd and about 1.
3rd and about a half a yard now for the Jacks.
So the Lumberjacks get a little bit of a gift there from Grangeville on that penalty. Everybody in tight for St. Mary's. Barta's going to keep it himself. They're going to use the old rugby scrum, and the pile being pushed. Looks like Barta's going to pick up about 3. We'll wait until they mark it to get you the official number. But
Barta on the keeper for the Jacks, and that's another Lumberjack.
Marked to about the 44-yard line. Hey, I was right on one, Clark.
Ooh.
1st and 10 to the.
Here, I'm going to put this down on paper, so hold on while I
1st and 10 on the Bulldog 44. 8 minutes to go. St. Mary's, after that penalty, they kind of hurried to the line like they were going to go a little hurry up tempo. Now they're all in tight again. What we would call wedgie or heavy formation. Barta gets under center. Pitches to Gibson. Gibson looking for the edge. Has some nice blocking. That's Brevner, I think. Good pancake block by him.
And he fumbled
Gibson
it.
lost the ball. Waiting to see. The Bulldogs seem really adamant that it's their ball, and they do come up with it. Oh, man. looked like number 55 Spencer with the recovery. Gibson had picked up about 11 before the tackle.
Bulldogs, and they're on 33.
33? Oh, yeah. That was a bigger run for Gibson than I thought then. 33? 33. Covered by the Bulldogs. Spencer.
So anyway, we got first and 10. Grangeville.
And Trey had done so good all season with the no fumbles.
Oh,
he had
my.
2 lost. Foxleitner, big carry.
Looks like you got about 9 or 10 on that one.
Making the tackle for St.
He got the first down.
It is a first down for the Bulldogs.
Turn your back to me. It was Wyatt Holmes with the tackle. 11-yard pickup is what we'll call it.
They're on 43.
Now, Gibson had really good ball security all season. He had a fumble last week. Had 2, but 1 was lost. And again, you credit the defense for gripping and ripping at the ball too, though. 1 receiver, 2 receivers near side, 1 to the top. Hand off to Munt, going to the far side. He's going to get a lane to run, get a late flag coming in. Making the tackle is Grimaldo. I think that was Munt with the carry. Picks up about 6 or 7. And then these stats are probably going to matter because there is that penalty.
It is on Grangeville.
Holding's a call against Grangeville.
Doesn't seem to phase them tonight, though.
No. They haven't had too many long, first and long, second and longs they haven't been able to overcome tonight.
Seriously, all night long.
Just under 7 to play. Like they're waiting to get the play in from their coaches. They all look to the sideline. Not going to huddle up this time. They're just right to the ball. 1 receiver near side. Looks like we got 2 to the top of the formation. 1 wing back on the far side. Goakoa hands it off to, that's number 24, new running back, Terry Ike. But he's not going to go anywhere.
Ike's the ball carrier for
Steve Ford, I don't know if he was in on that tackle or not.
loss of about a yard.
Second and about 21 now after a short loss. 2 receivers at the top, 1 to the near side, taking the snap. Goakoa going to throw the slant, and the slant gets lots of separation from his defender. There's
from the whole.
Might have been a block in the back miss, but it's not going to matter as it's taken to the house by number 3, Cody Clements. And I thought DeFort got blocked in the back here, but it may not have been.
I don't think it was, Tim, to be quite honest with you.
Nice play by the Bulldogs on the slant as Munt was able to break away, get some separation, make the catch, take it all the way down for the Bulldog touchdown. That was a 67-yard catch and run.
A lot of it run, not a lot of catch.
Yeah, really. Going for 2. Goakoa takes the snap. Slant across the middle comes in a little bit hot off the hands of Legarata. Incomplete. So the Bulldogs stretch it out 54-20 over the Lumberjacks with 5:57 to go in the contest.
So you're telling me there's still a chance?
There's still a chance, Clark. There's always a chance. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back, and I do want to make mention there that I wasn't thinking, about I just thought it looked like there could have been a block in the back. I mean, it was a great play by Grangeville. The slant was a great run route.
They've been able to execute very well on offense. They've been great on defense tonight. And that's basically all you need to say is they dominated both sides of the ball.
Well, you know, the funny thing with Grangeville is, I was asked down below before the game day what I thought tonight, and I was like, you know, I don't know. I said, every year I try to figure out Grangeville from their film and stuff, and it just never works out. You just you never know with Grangeville.
Well,
one game, they'll look like they just aren't that good at one point, and then they come out and they just look like a totally opposite team.
But they also know this is a league game. This is St.
Exactly.
Mary's. It's not just somebody.
It's always the same when playing St. Mary's. A short kick, picked up by Grimaldo at about the 26.
Then pitched over to
Gibson. Gibson trying to find some room. Gets, no, is he still trying? He's dragging a Bulldog with him. Man. Gibson has no give up in him,
all
man.
All that work
for
didn't
2
get
yards.
yardage.
Man. I mean, that was picked up at about, the 25 is what I'll say. I think it was a little bit from there. And they got it to the 30. I didn't even see the handoff back to Gibson. And Gibson was really close to pulling that jersey out of that Bulldog's hand. And if he would have, he might have been off the races again. But that Bulldog, I didn't see who it was, had a death grip on Gibson's jersey. He was saying to himself, I'm not letting you go, boy. I'm not sure what's going on. Gibson's taking a look back at the officials. Yeah, got another player in. One receiver to the top. Barta got a flag. Barta gets it to Gibson on the option. Gibson runs a guy over, and to me it seems like it would, I don't know, it seems like it would be something against the Bulldogs if they let the play run, but I'm not sure. Looks like about a 9-yard pickup by Gibson. Unless St. Mary's had like an illegal procedure. Or
too many on the field?
But even if they did, well, you'd think they'd blow it.
No.
No, because if there's a fumble or a turnover, yeah, you're right. They only blow it dead on a pre-snap penalty. Yep, St. Mary's had too many on the field. So it'll remain first down, 5 yards. Yeah, I forgot. So that gives, because whatever happens, I mean, if there's a penalty, if there's something, let's say the Bulldogs tackle St. Mary's for a 6-yard loss, they would not take it. So I think they still repeat that first down. So 1st and 15 for the Lumberjacks. Yep, you're right, Clark. Sometimes I've got to just rethink those rules in my head.
I just amaze myself when I am right, Tim. It just doesn't happen enough anymore.
2 receivers set for St. Mary's. Barta going to go deep for Marsh. He's got him, but he overthrows him just a little bit. Well, just a little bit.
He got it on the bounce.
Well, on the bounce doesn't count. They should change that. One bounce, one bounce and it's good, right?
I think in high school, why not? Make it a little more entertaining.
That would be very entertaining, honestly. That would change the whole game of the passing game in football, wouldn't it?
So, Tim, did the JV play tonight?
They did.
And how did it go?
Not one we want to talk about.
Okay, Tim, thank you.
JV just couldn't get much going tonight either, honestly. 36-0. JV lost to the Grangeville Bulldogs. 1 receiver near side, 1 to the far side. Barta under center takes that snap, gonna throw, looking for Grimaldo, and Grimaldo's gonna try to pick up, and he does. Grimaldo used a little extra burst there and catches that at the 40.
He is just a little speedster. It's just amazing watching him.
I thought it was overthrown. I didn't think he was gonna get to it, and he shocked me there.
He does that when he's playing baseball, too. You've never watched enough of him playing
That's
the outfield.
35-yard catch for Grimaldo. Actually, more than that, because it's down to about the 39. 38. 37-yard catch for Grimaldo. Yeah, Grimaldo looked over his shoulder, seen that ball was really zipping through there, and it just like he turned on an afterburner.
Yeah, I thought I saw smoke come from his sneakers, but I'm not sure.
1st and 10. And is it St. Mary's?
No, I think this time that's going to be them.
Flag on the play. Offside.
So the Bulldogs.
Ahead 5 yards for the Lumberjacks.
They'll bring up 1st and 5 up to the 33 of Grangeville. St. Mary's, a little confusion. I think it was Grimaldo, or not Grimaldo, I think Gibson was out there yelling, huddle, come on, guys, we're huddling up here, let's go.
4.5 minutes to go. They don't need to be huddling too much.
Marsh to the near side, Grimaldo top of the formation. Barta in the pistol, takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to for Grimaldo again, and that was good coverage.
Grimaldo broke that up because that could have been an interception.
Yeah, it was Legarata got his head around looking for that ball as he was about ready to catch it right in the breadbasket. Grimaldo is a pretty good receiver. The only thing that hurts him a little bit is he's got great speed. He's just lacks some size. And I don't know if he's going to grow much more. He's only a sophomore, but he's only about not much taller than the Barta twins. They're about 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah.
One receiver each side of the formation. Pistol for Barta. 2nd and 6. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Little head fake. Oh.
He really led him too far.
Yeah. Threw that one just a little bit too far ahead of Gibson. Gets that one in Gibson's hands with a full head of steam right there, and Gibson's going to punish somebody. That would not be a time when I would want to be in front of Trey when he catches the ball at full speed. No. Looks like we had about 4 minutes to go. Same formation, one receiver each side, Barta in the pistol. 3rd down and long, or about medium. Take the snap. Free rusher comes through. Barta evades him, finds room to the run. He's going to room to the side to run, and he's going to scramble for about 6, 7 yards and get that 1st down for the Lumberjacks. Boy, that Bulldog came free through that hole, and Barta was able to sidestep him. Jeez.
He picked him up just in time to move away from that.
I don't know if it was just a well-disguised blitz or if somebody really missed their block, but...
Well, the way it's been going tonight, it might have been a miss, because I don't think you're blitzing when you're up by 34.
Probably not. Barta goes under center this time. One receiver each side. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Rolls. He's going to get hit in the backfield. That time again, somebody missed their block, and with the way that... Who is that? I don't think JT missed that block, but... It doesn't matter who missed it because it is a loss of about 8 or 9 back to the 35.
About 20 yards now.
They said that was Thane. I can't find him on the Bulldog roster for the... Oh, Thane.
You and Grangeville know who he is, though.
Yeah. 2nd, about 19 for the Lumberjacks. Under center, 2 receivers, pitch to Gibson. Gibson brings it near side, gets the edge around one defender, cuts it back in a little bit, down to the 20. Nice run for Gibson. Close to a 1st down, a few yards short.
Tackle made by Wasmith.
Wasmith with the tackle, and that is down to the
32 now for the Jacks.
right at the 20. Maybe a little pitch out, a little tunnel action there. Catch to Grimaldo on the far side. He picks up the 1st down on the pass.
Is that an official football term, tunnel?
Well, they have what they call the tunnel screen. Tunnel screen.
A tunnel screen.
Yeah.
Timeout, Lumberjack.
I think it was about a 4-yard pickup. Ball is on the Lumberjack. It looked 12 or the Bulldog 12-yard line. That was
2:21 left.
8-yard pickup for the Lumberjacks. 1st and 10. Actually, they say, 1st and 10. Okay, never mind. I'm right.
Tim, are you okay now? You got this?
I think so, Clark. I think we're good. Once again, for St. Mary's listeners, we'll have Vandal football tomorrow. Who did I say they were playing? Cal Poly?
Cal Poly.
5 o'clock in the evening for that game. We'll have that on the air. I'm not sure if they carry Vandal action up in KORT or not, but if they do, now you know what time they're playing. And for both schools, once again, soccer district action starts on Monday. The Bulldogs actually play, it looks like, the girls, Grangeville girls play going is right now. I'm not sure if any of these games this weekend will change the standings at all enough to affect it. But right now, Grangeville will be the number 5 seed for the girls, and they'll play at 1 o'clock against Priest River. For the boys, they will go in as the number 4 seed unofficially, playing Orofino at 11 a.m. St. Mary's with the snap, but I think there's going to be a little bit of a false start there by the Jacks.
False start by the Jacks.
So it'll be 1st and 15 back to the 17-yard line. St. Mary's, one thing they have not done this year very well is keep their penalty numbers down below 9 or 10. And it's the pre-snap ones that you really dislike, and some of the holding ones and stuff you don't like as a coach either. 1 to each side of the formation for Grangeville, or for St. Mary's. Pitch to Gibson. Gibson stiff arms one guy in the backfield. Now he's got a wall of Bulldogs to try to get through, waiting for at least one block to come through. And it looks like he picks up 4.
Just a little over 2 minutes left in the game.
Tackled by Munt.
Tackled by Carter Munt. Looks like it may be only actually about a 2-yard pickup. I'll split the difference and give him 3. 2nd and 12. Gibson has probably close to 200 yards tonight. Got to get the chain gang right over there. They had it on 4th down. Barta has it. There's supposed to be a little option play, and Barta gets hit hard from the number 65 or 66 of Bruzas. And Barta, little guy he is, popped right back up. Did he gain? Was there no gain?
Maybe a yard.
Oh, they say that was Spencer with the tackle. Was it a loss?
No, I don't know.
Maybe not. Looks like no gain. 3rd and 11 for St. Mary's. Yeah, they said that was Carl Spencer. Pistol formation for Barta, looking to throw. He's going to go to this near side. He has Milo Marsh in the back corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Milo's first touchdown of the season, and what better night to do that on his senior night?
There you go.
Got to take the positives out of a game like this one tonight, and that's a positive for Milo. Milo, a pretty good kid.
I've enjoyed
well.
watching him play sports.
I think he wrestles. I don't remember if he wrestles or not, but I know he's just played football the last several years, as well as a baseball player.
And I tell you, in baseball, he has just improved over the years.
1 receiver each side. The St. Mary's goes for 2. The score 54-26. Going to get a wide open look, and whoa, man! Wyatt Holmes was wide open. Nobody on him. That ball threw a little bit too high of a rainbow on that one. And Lagarata comes over and picks it off. And no good on the 2-point conversion. If he would have needed to bring that one down a little bit, and he had him wide open, but Lagarata had that recovery speed to get over there on that high rainbow. You know, the score is a little bit lopsided, but it's been an entertaining game tonight, Clark. I mean, we of course would love for the score to be flipped, but it's been at least an entertaining game.
I'd like to have seen a little more competitive. It seems like Grangeville's been in control of the whole night.
Yeah. They've definitely, well, when you get out to a 16, 18, whatever it was, point lead before you get a touchdown, it really puts you in a tough spot as for the Lumberjacks as it was tonight.
Well, Grangeville boys will have a nice, easy ride home tonight. It won't feel so long.
St. Mary's to kick off. Let me guess.
Another onside? Not that it matters with a minute to the left.
It doesn't, but just a tough game here for either way. Whichever team would have lost this one tonight. Just tough knowing that more than likely there's only one team out of our district getting into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So that just makes things a little bit more heartbreaking knowing you've still got one more game left of the season. Able to kick off. Get the high bouncer. It's going to be caught by the number 1 of Holes at about the 42.
Onside kick is recovered by Ray Holes, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
And I can't imagine. Yeah, 39. Yeah, can't imagine much going on here as far as timeouts and
Probably
stuff
a
being
V
under a minute.
formation on something like this.
Could be victory formation time, yeah. Looks like the Lumberjacks going to fall 54-26 tonight to the Bulldogs. Hard fought battle, but St. Mary's just never really could get a solid answer to St. Mary's offense, or the Bulldogs offense, and they just couldn't get anything continuously going on defense.
Correct.
Or on offense.
Burst of hope.
They had some good highlight reel stuff from Trey Gibson tonight, and I talk about a player of the game. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be hard to go against Trey, but we'll discuss it a little bit. But it's been a couple of weeks since I've had him as my player of the game, so.
I think he'd feel like you slighted him if you didn't give it to him tonight.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I think he scored. Well, no, Milo had that one touchdown, but I think Trey scored all the rest of them. We'll tell by our stats, but we'll let you know who our Talk About a Player of the Game is when we come back and we recap this game real quickly. But we'll be back in about 2 minutes.
St. Maries Realty is a St. Maries icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Maries Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Maries Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Maries.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new express lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Nellie's Kitchen at the River City Mall is your all-day breakfast headquarters. Well, almost. Nellie's Kitchen is open 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and serves nothing but breakfast all day long. Stop by Nellie's Kitchen today and try their breakfast sandwich, the Nellie, or have a fan favorite, the Slumgolian. Nellie's Kitchen is open Tuesday to Sunday, 7 to 1, and offers breakfast the entire time. Eat in or call in your order at 208-245-2223. That's 208-245-2223. Nellie's Kitchen located at the River City Mall in St. Mary's. And we are back, and I've got stats to load up here, so that worked out pretty good. So a rough night for St. Mary's varsity as they fall 54-26 to the Bulldogs, and I actually don't think stats are fully updated correctly on here, to be honest with you. So let's go back to the actual stats program here. Oh, nope, it just disappeared on me. Okay. Well, that doesn't help me none.
What do you want to talk about?
Man, that's going to hurt me if it doesn't show the appropriate stats. Gibson had way more than 97 yards rushing tonight. Oh, you silly thing. Gibson had almost 100 yards at the end of the first half. So I don't know why that's still stuck at 97 yards. And that won't open back up for me on the other side of things. So what do you think, Clark?
Well, it was a tough night, like we've already said, but Grangeville just looked very good tonight. I would not be surprised if they represent well.
I see what it did. It hasn't populated the stats from the second half yet. It populated the score from the second half, but not the stats from the second half. So I've closed everything up, and yeah, if some miracle happens and another team gets in from District 1 and 2 into the playoffs, but with the way that all of our records are in our districts right now, it's looking like it's far-fetched for getting a second team into the playoffs. So if that's the way it is, well, good luck to the Bulldogs in the playoffs, because it looks like they're more than likely the team going to be headed there. Hats off to them. They came in with a good game plan, and they just outworked St. Maries tonight, defensively and offensively for the most part, except for a few times when St. Maries was able to get something going, but it wasn't too often that happened. I can't pull up my stats. I can't look at them correctly at the moment.
Just know that Grangeville scored a lot, had a lot of running yards, had a passing yard. They really looked good in the passing game too. Grangeville did. That slant route just did everything they needed it to do.
Yeah.
For them tonight.
Well, Huddle has frustrated me on occasion with just the way it works. It has for as long as Huddle has been out. It has some glitches that really frustrate me as far as the stats program is concerned. But I think our Talk About It player of the game, as much as, and it's been a few weeks since we've given it to him. So I think we'll go with Trey. I mean, the kickoff return for a touchdown, a couple of big touchdowns. He had another big touchdown run later where he just hurdled that guy and was off.
He was desperate for some more tacos, anyway.
Yeah, I think he was wanting some more Talk About It. So the Talk About It player of the game tonight will go to senior Trey Gibson. And like I said, St. Mary's has a bye week next week. I do believe they host Priest River, though, for JV next Friday, I think. We'll let you know on all of that. And then the following week off to Grangeville or off to Orofino to finish up the season. And hopefully, I think St. Mary's is going to be worked up to finish that game off with an exclamation point against the Maniacs, who are struggling a little bit this year.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll have Vandal football, 5 o'clock in the evening. Sunday we'll have 10 a.m. Seahawks against the Bengals, and see who wins. We'll find out. The Bengals are kind of struggling this year.
Yeah, they look that way. Seattle looks pretty sharp so far.
That community shred-it day that didn't happen a few weeks ago or last week. It's going to be tomorrow for those of you that need to shred some paperwork.
Good. I didn't think.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Eagles parking lot. So there's that. But that's going to wrap it up for us. For Clark, I'm Tim. Thanks for coming out, Clark.
Thank you.
And have a good weekend, everybody.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you will do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!
Hey!